Live, it's fine. Still on my mic.
Oh, we're going live, okay.
And then just do that like this.
Hello, and welcome to Ring Rust. We've actually finally got a proper name for it. So today, we're going to be talking about, I think, as our regular scheduled viewing, NXT, AEW, the Wednesday Night Wars, SmackDown, and then Raw, because we had no pay-per-views this weekend. There's actually really no big news, just little concussion newses, but nothing major. And today, we'll just start the podcast. Well, I'll introduce him afterwards, because we need the ending. There we go. So today, I'm joined by, well, we'll start with Kieren from last week.
I was here last week.
He was here last week.
I'm here all the time.
And we've technically got two newcomers to the Ring Rust podcast, joined by Kieran D.
Hello.
And Simon.
Hello.
Hello. How is everyone?
I'm not too bad.
That is great. Should we just get what was everyone's you two? Obviously, weren't here last week. What do you think of Rumble and Worlds Collide?
Liked it. Right.
Great. What do you think about Drew winning?
Loved it. It was probably the right decision. At the time, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Rumble, but with hindsight, I can see it's probably one of the better ones. It's the whole Lesnar thing. It was like an unfunny joke that went on too long, and it eventually became funny again, and then there was Edge. And then Worlds Collide. I thought Worlds Collide was really good.
Same. Some class matches.
I've got no complaints. Just standard NXT, really.
Kieran?
I didn't watch Worlds Collide, not gonna lie. I'm not NXT's biggest fan. I'm more mainstream, but from what I see when NXT do come to the main roster, and when I watch little highlights on YouTube, they are really good, aren't they? They are better than the main roster. A lot of them are.
Yeah.
Especially Finn Balor.
And McIntyre winning?
Oh, I love that.
You did. Right.
For the British boys.
For the British boys.
I liked it, Rowan.
I know, we've heard from you.
I was with Simon though when it was Brock after. Oh my god, my head was in my hands. I was thinking this is the worst Rumble I've ever seen in my life. It got to the halfway onwards. That's up there with the top three. That.
It were at the point when he had Kofi, Rick Mysterio,
Big
E,
E,
and I was thinking, right, this is where they get the better.
And they all hit the finishes on it, didn't like Big Even, it's big ending line.
And they all just went at the same time,
Really?
and then
Jumped off his back.
Mine was Shinsuke because he was your IC champion. Why are you getting rid of him within 2 seconds? Then they brought out Keith Lee and Braun. He eliminated them both at the same time.
It made sense in that one that Braun just immediately went after Keith Lee for some reason.
That was stupid.
So it sort of made sense that he went for him.
but there were some
Nobody
weird
wants him,
choices, like John Morrison.
Yeah.
Shelton
including
Benjamin.
so
Shelton
many
Benjamin
people.
made sense because he thought he would busy mates with him.
I think they just should have done less numbers, like maybe stop it at 10, because then the extra 5 people that you could have pushed a little bit more was Shinsuke, John Morrison, Kofi, Keith Lee, Braun, and then you would have been able to move on from that. But overall,
Elias as well. Elias got thrown out.
I don't mind him because he's the only person that can take a loss and come back next week and be absolutely perfect fine.
Elias has to be number 2 though, because you can't really do the whole guitar shtick like midway through, if you know what I mean.
Why don't you just do a Curtis Axel, just do a concert at the top of the stage and then say he never actually officially entered the match? So, see, that was when Curtis Axel was actually over.
Quick question while I sort something out. Who's been the best of 24/7 champion so far in the saga of having it?
R-Truth.
He's been like 24 times, so.
Hey, 24.
Meglen Jacobs.
Who the bloody hell was
Remember that time when
that?
we all thought Funaki was about to win the 24/7
Oh,
title?
man.
That pay-per-view, was it Money in the Bank?
Speaking of Funaki, he's my favourite foreign commentator. Sean Deng's up there. I like Sean.
I'm a fan of Multi Margoli.
Is he the French one? He sounds it.
Russian, I think.
Oh,
Jan Pomerantsev.
he's the one that's with him.
Good.
I could oh my! I love the foreign announcer. I feel like
Why is it always their desk that gets put through, do you know what I mean?
yeah. They've got the weakest desk.
It's always their desk that has to get slammed when especially when Roman Reigns is fighting.
Yeah, but imagine if they're fighting next to the ring and just go, do you know what? I don't want to put you through it. We're going to the Mandarin announce table.
We're going all the way up there.
Oh, there's puzzling.
It's only coming through the camera for some reason.
What, the audio?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Which is fun. That's why I asked you to keep on talking.
This is why we sound like we're underwater, probably.
Alright, I'll ask you this question because it's
The
not
jokes
relevant.
of live TV.
I know. Who's been your favourite? Like, do you know when you started watching wrestling? Who was the one wrestler who sort of got you into it?
Oh, bloody hell. When did you start?
I started watching wrestling back when I was like 7 years old, but I don't think
Was that John Cena Chain Gang Soldier era? Because I had a
think
Chain
it was
Gang
like
Soldier t-shirt.
yeah, I think it was. I think it was like John Cena, Skinhead Randy Orton, Triple H era when they had that match at WrestleMania, the Triple Threat. I think it was them three.
I don't remember.
It was a long time ago.
I've been on and off for years now, so I don't remember.
I fell off wrestling when I was like 10 or 12 because like, you know when like it's a lot more socially accepted now to like WWE, but back when you're younger,
Always
you
have to
used to get absolutely slated to watch WWE because it's not real. Do you know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean.
I know I'm saying it's a lot socially accepted now. Obviously, people can stick to the trends and that, but I was one of those people where I'm like, I ain't getting made fun of for this. But then when I matured, I was like, I don't really care.
It is one of them though where people go, it's not real. I
Yeah.
just reply with, I know it's not.
It's sports entertainment. It's entertainment. It's like watching Corrie, but it's sports entertainment.
Well, less dog food. What about you,
More
Simon?
dog food.
Started watching back end of 2011, but my first real memory was the breaking up of the Awesome Truth.
Oh,
no.
Was that when they got arrested, or was that before?
It was before.
And then I remember nothing for a year, and the first ever match I watched was CM Punk versus Ryback Hell in a Cell.
Oh,
no.
I came back to WWE like 2014.
So you watched a Ryback match and thought, feed me more.
The memory of him on top of the cell, shell shocking Paul Heyman.
Yeah, 2014 when it was like peak Seth Rollins, like
Was that
authority
authority
peak Seth
peak,
Rollins,
right?
and John Cena when it was like the Survivor Series 2014
Yeah.
when Dolph Ziggler won.
What year would that have been? What year would we have been in school then? Because
Year 8.
Yeah, I think I'd probably say around that area because I do remember all the authority stuff. I remember Randy joining and disbanding. I love that.
That was the real
He gave
thing.
the two middle fingers on the steps.
When there were 2-on-1 versus Roman Reigns. That was the thing that got me back into it. So the Survivor Series, that main event was built up
Wait, the one with
perfect.
Sting?
Yeah, the one where it was 5
that
on
was
5.
quality.
That were quality, but I never gave it away. Like I'd always go onto YouTube, not to look the highlights like I do now, but just to look at what's happened in the world of like, WWE and who's here and who's gone. So, what's your favourite match of all time? Then I know we're skipping quite a far way in, but
that's a good question.
I already know mine because I don't know. It just
First one that comes to mind is DIY versus Revival 2 out of 3 falls.
Oh, yeah.
NXT Takeover Toronto. I don't think I've ever been as invested.
Yeah, that was quality.
There's another one that's in the back of my mind, but it won't come to me.
It what? Oh right, so you don't know what it is.
I think it's that one, but I'm sure there's another one that's on the same level.
I enjoyed DIY. Didn't I get like something like 5 stars from Meltzer or something?
Is that the only one that's ever got 5 stars from Meltzer?
No.
Is it
Cole, didn't Gargano v Ciampa?
That's what I was thinking about.
Gargano Cole.
Gargano
That
Cole got
might
one.
be
Andrade Gargano.
Yeah,
Rumble.
which is one you don't really remember.
Andrade's a good wrestler, though.
Oh, Andrade's
really
quality. My favourite is Triple H v Undertaker at WrestleMania, where Shawn Michaels is a special guest ref. That is the only moment where I suspended disbelief when he sweet chin musicked him into a pedigree, and I thought, this is it. It's done. It's over. The streak is over. And then he kicked out, and I thought, oh my
Then he
god.
got beat by Lesnar.
Yeah, well, we don't. I'm not talking about that bit. At this point, I was still in my naive childhood that I thought this was never going to end. So.
For me, it's probably when I think peak WWE. I think like the best match. Well, not the best match. Like my favourite match of all time. Probably CM Punk versus John Cena. Again at Money in Bank.
Yeah.
That
got 5 as well.
The circumstance of that was just brilliant.
Right. I think we're working now. We're ready.
Hey.
Oh, see, do you know what that's called? That's plugging a gap. That is.
Right, we're going to NXT. So, anyone watch it?
No.
Yeah, great. Finn Balor versus Trent Seven. So, obviously, this stemmed from
I saw this.
the YouTube clip where Finn Balor attacked Trent, locked his head in the car door, and screamed, "I work on Wednesdays." These two has a match, pretty decent match. Balor won. Right decision.
Yeah, fair enough. Sort of coming off the back of Worlds Collide after Balor attacked. Was it Gargano after their match?
No, Gargano because Trent and
sort of
Tyler
broke it up. So
yeah. I
yeah,
think Balor needs it, doesn't he?
It was a decent match. Seven had a good showing. Balor picked up the win. I think was it with the 1916.
I think it was either 1916 or could have grabbed. I'm guessing it would be
Nice enough start to NXT.
I think now that Trent and Tyler, I think they will be more or less be going onto the main roster.
Do you think it's a?
Sorry, NXT's level with SmackDown and Raw now.
They'll be going to they've gone up.
NXT UK
they're in
is
UK,
not level apparently.
They don't see that as
But
level.
you know Trent Seven and Tyler Bate. Everyone was saying after the match against DIY they were going to turn heel.
Mm-hmm.
I can see Trent Seven as a heel.
Oh, Trent
I can't see
Seven,
Tyler as a heel.
Just dress him up in like a Peaky Blinders outfit. Is
Will
set.
they get that over there?
I
Politely,
think,
like, will they get it?
I think they will because I think it is quite big in America.
All right.
I think they'd understand it, and they could just say a bad word, and that makes him bad. You rascal! Right, we'll go to Shotzi Blackheart versus Deonna Purrazzo.
Purrazzo.
So
Purrazzo.
Oh yeah. So last week, Shotzi Blackheart got attacked by her. So she won a match basically. She came out in a tank. That is
Like
the
an
best thing
actual tank,
about
like
it.
Root.
Like a mini one, like a kid,
Oh.
like a kid's car.
Not like
not a
Rusev tank.
Like
No,
a Sammy
not
Guevara-sized
Imagine
tank.
getting one of them Rusev tanks into like the NXT arena or
To
wherever they
full
were.
sail.
Yeah.
That's the entire rampway.
Right, so you guys are gonna have to kind of carry me through the NXT.
No,
interview.
I
This-
think Shotzi Blackheart's being pushed, I think.
This happened. I can see why people like Shotzi
This
Blackheart, but
happened.
it's not shame for me.
I think they're just trying to build more women up. Mia Yim, they're building up. Shotzi, they're building up. I know people don't like Mia,
I
but they're building her up.
I can't blame them for doing it because she's very over considering how few appearances she's actually had at Full Sail.
A lot of the NXT women got buried in the Rumble, didn't they?
Apart from
Bianca
Bianca
Belair.
Belair.
Yeah, but Bianca
Belair.
But like Tegan Knox, Dakota Kai,
Not
all
buried. They just didn't really.
yeah,
They
they
didn't do it. Them two were probably the worst.
Mercedes Martinez.
yeah.
Mercedes
Yeah.
Martinez.
Even I'm
Shayna
pretty sure
came
Mia
in-
Yim stayed in for longer than Tegan Knox and Dakota Kai.
I know.
Candice LeRae, she didn't do anything. She just got eliminated easily.
Tony Storm were in there for ages, but she didn't really do
Yeah.
out, did she?
It was mad because literally it was like Shayna and Bianca, and then the rest.
Yeah.
Like they got the start, and I'm really glad because I love Bianca Belair, and I think she has got something really unique about her. But would I rather have everyone had a consistently good performance, or just have one person be amazing and the rest be meh?
She broke the record, didn't she, for the most eliminations?
She did, and then Shayna didn't.
Shayna tied it, didn't she?
I think she did.
Or
yeah.
she won
Yeah,
behind.
in
Was she won behind?
In the space of 5 minutes, she thinks she tied it.
Yeah.
Belair's
She's
just the best.
I like.
Really?
See,
I
like-
Favourite
don't
women's
like-
wrestler ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Ever.
See,
Yeah.
Ever?
I'm a big fan of Belair.
Not the best.
Not the best
but
ever.
my personal favourite. Just
I
I
just
don't know,
couldn't
man.
get behind her.
It's the amount of hair she's got is sick.
Did
I
you know-
really wanted Alexa Bliss to eliminate her. Maybe that's just like really Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
but-
I like Alexa.
I
Bliss,
think
to be
it
fair.
was when Belair was in the main thing in NXT, like having title shots. It was after the Iconics had left, and they needed someone before they were building up Io Shirai and Kairi Sane, so they brought her in, and I think she was just fodder, so I couldn't get behind her.
But I think they're getting behind Shotzi because I tell you what, because she made a debut a couple of weeks back and she eliminated Shayna.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big role.
Also, Shayna got Retribution, but she had a great showing at the Rumble.
This is the thing. She was in there. She was then in the Royal Rumble, and now she's on TV.
TV,
She
properly.
they must have big plans for
But
her.
she only signed at the start of December at the Evolve show,
See that?
so she's only been a month, 2 months, and she's been on the show for nearly a month.
I can't wait.
It's incredible. We'll go to Keith Lee now. So Keith Lee comes out obviously with his new North American title belt, gives his the typical promo. Oh, I'm the best. I'm not the best, but I'm the title. I'm a fighting champion. Stuff like that.
He's the title.
He is the title.
I am the table.
I am the title. Dijakovic and Damian Priest interrupted. Again, your typical thing when it's an interruption for a new champ. One thing I did like was instead of like them all brawling, Keith Lee was face to face with face to face.
He's face to
He was
face.
face to face with Dijakovic, and then Priest just came and interrupted. And instead of Lee getting annoyed that the attention went in, he just rolled out the ring.
I'm just really excited because I absolutely love Damian Priest.
He's great.
I
isn't he?
absolutely love Damian Priest. I love Damian Priest. I love Keith Lee, and I'm getting on board with Dijakovic.
Vince
as well.
McMahon likes Keith Lee as well, don't he? Like I know there's a lot of reports saying that like
It's
after
just so many muscles. He loves it.
after Survivor Series, Vince McMahon was like really happy with Keith Lee's showing.
Oh,
I mean, everyone loves Keith Lee.
in Survivor Series, he was quality. I mean, in Rumble, he got screwed. But,
Yeah, but
what do you think, Simon?
This was just near perfect. Keith Lee's just Keith Lee.
Yeah.
Dijakovic and Lee are probably destined to go at it forever, like a bit like Cena and Randy Orton.
Mhm.
Yeah, but a bit more
Um,
entertaining.
sure there'll be another match of that soon.
And Damian Priest he's fine as well.
Damian Priest.
I love Damian Priest. I don't know what it
Dijakovic
is.
versus Priest, always going to be a good match.
What was
Feast.
What's your
your
opinion?
eyes.
What's your opinion on Priest in terms of he's going to be the third string guy in this feud because it's all going to be about Dijakovic and Lee?
I love him. Because you think about it, he was in the. He was in the Royal Rumble, and now he's on TV.
Um,
He was then in the Royal Rumble, and now he's on. See that? See, Not the War Games.
War Games.
He was in the War Games team, wasn't he, with Dijakovic and Lee and
Yeah.
Priest as well. And he, to be fair, he didn't get that.
I get the impression Priest's character isn't that bothered about wrestling. He's more bothered about picking up women at the club, and wrestling's just
That's
a
my
bit
guy
of
right there, you
a
know.
bit of a side hobby.
It's just mental that he's just a big goth, innit?
No, see, I like the way he shoots an arrow at the screen, and then his name comes up. It's just simple
Oh,
things.
I think he's
Some-
cool, but
Yeah. I
When-
think.
when
Do you think
go
he's
on.
in to take the pin? Sorry. Do you think he's in to take the pin?
Yes.
And then Dijakovic and Lee go on together.
When is NXT Portland?
it's
It's-
16th,
16th February.
12 days.
Ah.
My birthday.
Oh, happy
It's on a
birthday.
Sunday night
Genuinely, it's
though.
on my birthday.
Happy birthday for 2 weeks. Then.
Thank you.
No, I can't remember
Oh,
because I didn't get the
On
notes.
a better
Did
way,
this,
it's for my birthday.
did this two lead to a match between Dijakovic and Priest?
Yeah,
Yeah, so Dijakovic won that, didn't he?
yeah. with
Yes,
the-
which meant he's going to face Keith Lee.
with
And
the
it's
face
Oh,
steroids.
so there's no priest.
So
No,
there's not a triple
that
threat.
ain't a match at Portland.
Is it not being confirmed?
No.
I thought it was a match.
They've got all 5 matches, and that ain't one of them.
Oh, what the match?
Oh,
what
Have
are
a
them-
look at the
go-
matches.
Well, tell us the card if you know it, Simon.
I'll have a look.
Um,
Oh, you sound no.
Cole versus Ciampa.
Oh, I love that.
That's fine.
Love that.
Man, I know
think
there's no North American title though.
Oh, so it's Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair for the NXT
Rhea
Championship.
Ripley's going to win that.
Yeah, she is. She's gonna win.
Finn Balor versus Johnny Gargano.
That'd be a good match.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a normal match.
They, wasn't that
Who's
that
going
was
to win that then?
Wasn't that meant to be already? And then
Finn.
one of them got injured.
Finn Balor.
Yeah, then
yeah.
they put Matt Riddle in it. The
Yeah,
Survivor
one of them got
Series
injured, didn't
takeover.
they? Yeah.
Mhm.
Finn Balor.
The Era versus the Broserweights. But before we do that, we'll talk
Ooh.
about that match because it wasn't the main. Well, we'll talk about the rest of it. So after this segment, after the match, the Dijakovic match, Keith Lee, Ciampa comes out again, wants Goldie, and Ciampa sells this perfectly. He's like when you're a kid and you've lost your favourite teddy bear. It's the same with him and Goldie.
I did once in Morrison's.
But it's great before.
Did you cry?
Oh.
Did you cry?
Yeah, it was Tinker Winking.
How old were you?
Oh, yeah.
10.
13.
Oh, nice one.
13 with all these Teletubbies lined up. No, but like the way they set this up were great. They just cut backstage and Strong, Fish, and O'Reilly were all just laid out, and so everyone more or less knew it's going to be Ciampa. Ciampa comes out, is an amazing theme tune, hits one of my favourite in NXT currently. No One Will Survive. He comes out, so obviously Adam Cole follows. Ciampa's like, I want a match. And, I mean, very coincidentally, William Regal comes out with a contract. So Regal comes out with the contract saying, this is it. Cole rushes into Ciampa to sort of get the upper hand. Ciampa powerbombs him, gets a contract, signs it, and with his blood.
As already been mentioned, if the Fiend hadn't done it like a couple of days before, and if this wasn't accidental because he was bleeding and he just did it out,
I
so
think this
it was
it
good.
was definitely impromptu.
It was good initiative, but it would have had more effect if I hadn't seen it 2 days earlier.
It was a nice little
that's fair.
impromptu thing. Go on.
I was going to say, yeah, it's fair. The Fiend doing the whole blood on the contract thing sort of took away
From the
from
Ciampa.
it, but
I'd
Yeah,
rather
fair
Fiend
enough.
do it than Ciampa.
Yeah.
though. It suits the Fiend
Fits
more
his
than it.
character more, doesn't it?
I think Ciampa was just bleeding and thought, screw it, why not?
Mhm.
Whack it on there.
everyone in Full Sail loves Ciampa. I
I love
personally don't get as excited as I
Oh.
do for other people. I'm sure it'll be a hell of a match,
I was
but
going to say, what do you think of this match?
it'll be fine. But it don't get me as sort of excited as, I don't know, Cole versus Lee, Dijakovic, even Gargano, Balor.
My thing is, if you think Roddy's lost his title, coming up to Portland, the Era
Happy
can
about that.
lose their title, and then if Cole loses at Ciampa, are we seeing an Era come up before Mania?
Oh, I don't want it.
I don't think Era will ever be on the main roster.
Really?
'cause-
as the Era.
But if you think
No, I just think that
No,
NXT
no.
lifers.
NXT
This-
need him, don't they? To be
Yeah.
fair.
this has been a long-term build, because when Ciampa first came back, he was going for this, and then something happened. I can't remember what happened.
It
And
was his
it,
neck injury.
Didn't Tommaso
No,
Ciampa
I
also
mean-
say he didn't want to go up to Raw or SmackDown?
Yeah.
yeah, so I think they'll give the belt to Ciampa. They'll give the championship to the Broserweights. Now I can see an Era going up just before Mania, like they did last year, where they brought them four up to stack Mania. They'll bring Era up.
I don't think they'll.
Don't want it.
I think Roddy is happy at NXT with obviously his wife or his girlfriend Marina Shafir and the kid. I think that lifestyle suits him, so he can spend time with his kid.
I don't think it's his choice.
I think they'll have.
Or they won't bring up. Maybe they won't bring up Roddy, but I think Cole's on his way soon.
I don't think they will.
Maybe.
I think they'll have something in the contract that says no, or at least Ciampa will. For
No,
sure.
no, Ciampa will stay. I'm not.
Ciampa's already said
Ciampa
he's
will
going to
stay.
quit, didn't he? If he moves
If he
to Raw or
goes up.
SmackDown.
We'll go to next to Tegan Knox versus Dakota Kai. I think this was a surprise, like impromptu match, because considering this has been such a hot feud coming off War Games, they had a match. It was like teased that it was going to be this hellish match. Steel chairs would look like they were going to be used. And then Candice LeRae comes out and distracts Dakota, which allows Knox to hit Kai with her knee brace and then hit the Shining Wizard for the win. And I think everyone was quite shocked about this, considering we thought, is this the end of the feud now? What's the point?
I think it is, you know.
It isn't though.
It's not.
Because
They've got a
at
match
NXT Portland, there's a Street Fighter match between Dakota Kai and Tegan Knox.
I don't mind this because I was actually quite annoyed that this feud was ending here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If it was ending, I thought, this is it, really?
I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be really good.
Do you know, like every NXT card's got a sleeper hit? That's going to be it for me.
I think the build's been fantastic. I absolutely adored what happened at War Games. I thought that was brilliant.
It was done.
She got added last minute and then she just turned. And I tell you what, she landed a hell of a kick. I was never too keen on Dakota Kai, but now her entire character is just based around. Look at what I did at Takeover War Games. You know, like the Titantron. Yeah.
It's just repeatedly her just slamming that cage door on the knee.
It's brilliant.
I think it's great. I love the new music as well.
I think Mia Yim needs something to get me on board like that. Like, I didn't actually care for either of these two characters until they got into a feud together.
Yeah.
After what happened at War Games, and I think that's how you build people. You make people care. Whereas Mia Yim, I've never cared about her.
I don't get it with Mia Yim.
No, it's a weird street gang. Like, do you know, like an old 90s hip hop band? She just looks like them all.
Yeah.
Alexa, you'll get the context of the image later on. That's obviously in the main thing. It's the band
right, yeah.
You'll get to it later, and I think you'll quite enjoy it if you haven't.
I wish we wasn't getting.
If you haven't watched any weekly shows outside of the pay-per-views, I think you're going to enjoy it. Then we had Robert Stone came out with Chelsea Green, who had a strange show at Rumble, eliminated someone, and then bragged, and then just got immediately thrown out.
Didn't she eliminate Liv?
Could be, yeah, it was Liv.
Morgan.
Yeah,
it was.
And then
No, it was Lana who eliminated Liv.
No,
No,
Liv
it weren't.
eliminated
Liv
Lana.
Morgan eliminated Lana.
I swear she came back in and threw her back out, didn't she?
No, they just brawled as soon
Did
as Green
They
eliminated her.
brawled on the outside.
Right.
If you couldn't see, he did the finger quotation
Sorry,
marks.
he brawled.
They cuddled on the outside.
It wasn't even that. Like, do you know when usually, like, if it's a blood feud, the security struggle separating them. It was just like literally like tearing two things apart. It was so. I'm done with that.
Anyway, she came out. She looked confident, and then again has a sort of character. She got overly confident, and Kieran Carter beat her by pinfall. So I don't understand what they're doing. I understand the whole thing with Robert Stone, formerly Robbie E. I understand that they're like these people who don't care. They're very confident in themselves. But if you make and lose on like a second show in NXT,
I'm willing to give it time and see where it goes. I really like the idea of the Robert Stone brand and see who else can be recruited.
It's just the way that it clearly is a piss take of Tony Khan. It's got to be. It looks partially like him. He's confident in his brand.
It's nice. It's nice to see a male manager of a women's wrestler.
Yeah,
because you actually don't get that very often.
That's what's so refreshing about it.
Like, you always see women's being men's managers, and to be fair, I'll be honest. When I watched TNA, I was never sold on Robbie E in the ring. Did he come from reality TV?
Yeah,
I think he did. He came from
like Jersey Shore or something
he did,
like that.
But I've never been sold on him as an in-ring guy, so I think he's a good talker though, because he obviously had to do the reality TV. So I quite like that.
I think what'll be interesting is whether he recruits more women or whether it'll just be like a female exclusive stable or.
Knowing Robbie E will recruit more women at all costs.
I think Deanna Purrazzo would be a
she'll
good shout for the next one.
Should definitely be in. Do you think this is when Mia Yim could get a thing?
No.
She doesn't fit the brand. I'm trying to get her in.
I'm
trying to get her in for something for you.
Just get rid of her.
They know they like
You say you need to build her up, and then you're like, just get rid of her.
Wait, who?
Mia.
No,
Thank you, Simon.
Mia Yim would not be in the Robert Stone brand.
She doesn't fit in, but I just got to give her something. Give me something.
I'll lose all faith in Robert Stone if he recruits her.
And then we had the main event, the Dusty Rhodes Classic Tag Team Final. Before I talk about the match, we'll just talk about the brackets and see what you think. So Imperium beat, in the first round, Imperium beat the Forgotten Sons.
Nice.
The Broserweights beat Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster.
Nice.
Grizzled Young Vets beat Alex Shelley and Kushida.
Nice.
Sad because I really was glad Alex Shelley was back, and I wanted him for more than 1 week because I used to love the Motor City Machine Guns. They were my favourite tag team. Them, do you know?
In fairness, yeah,
I went for a TNA phase,
everyone did.
and Motor City Machine Guns were the best.
Man was Suicide in TNA.
Yeah, oh no, I loved Suicide. Beer money.
Maybe because it's never. I've never seen a Motor City Machine Guns match, but I'm all in on Grizzled Young Veterans.
Yeah, I couldn't
I
understand.
love, I love. You never actually? Did you never watch TNA? Like, did you never have a TNA?
Not
phase?
then. I watched TNA in about 2014 when it was like EC3, Big Money, Matt Hardy,
I loved
Lashley.
EC3.
I was pre all that. Do you know the live on Challenge?
Dixie Carter.
It was
yeah,
brilliant,
I
honestly.
love Challenge.
Yeah.
And
Right after
Undisputed-
Takeshi's Castle.
the Undisputed Era Ninja Warrior. The Undisputed Era beat Gallus. Again, I think
Yeah.
that was one that needed. Then we
Yeah.
Go on, what do you have to say?
I don't know. I like Gallus, but it'd have been a bit weird if Undisputed Era.
And also, it made sense
And
to
it would
proper
be.
NXT.
I was gonna say I think
to
the Grizzled
NXT
Young
UK.
Veterans was the one shock. Like that was the shock of the whole tournament. Whereas if it would have
I
been,
don't think it was. I'd have predicted them to get to the final anyway.
I
Would
think
you?
I
Yeah.
think if you saw Alex Shelley and Kushida, like I watched New Japan of them, they were incredible together, and I just
But-
presumed they would get to the final and lose to the Broserweights or a heel tag team.
It were never reported that Shelley had signed full time though. If
No,
you know what
no,
I mean?
yeah.
It were always it'd been a trainer. I always just assumed it were a one-off deal. Just
I just presumed that they'd brought him in for the tournament.
I don't know why they didn't have the outliers. You know, in Dan Mayfer and Riddick Moss. Or was
Oh,
that a bit
really
too
not.
NXT
Well,
UK?
if
He's too busy being his offensive
His
line.
Mojo Rawley's offensive lineman.
But I think I remember when James Storm turned up in NXT for
For like
one
one.
match, and I'm like, I actually, because everyone was chanting, "You deserve it," and it seemed everything. They went, "No, I'm just gonna go back to TNA."
In fairness, I think he might have known it wouldn't be used on NXT TV
I know, but-
because Rude's thing at the time didn't fit. Like Glorious wouldn't have fit James Storm.
No, it would not. It would
Exactly.
not have taught at all.
Then we had the semi-finals, Imperium losing to the Broserweights. That was the main event of last week we talked about. And JYV beating the Undisputed Era, again, which I think was a shock, but not in terms because they were building towards Collide. Imperium came out and sort of distracted. And then we had the main event, which was GYV versus the Broserweights. Great match between both these two teams. Zach Gibson and James Drake came in with a game plan to isolate Pete Dunne, but this only allowed Matt Riddle to stay fresh for a huge hot tag. I think Matt Riddle can be one of the best hot tags. If he keeps his flip-flops on, he could do that and then do his flip-flop thing.
The Matt Riddle hot tag is something else. It's just strike, German suplex, strike,
He's
three
so
more German
over.
suplexes. It just goes on for like 3 minutes.
To me, it's like the Big E one where
It's
Big
so
E just
fun.
runs like a train and takes them all out.
But I just don't want Matt Riddle to ever be in a tag team because I like him too much in his own.
I think he did all right with Pete
Oh, no,
Dunne,
I'm
though. Him
enjoying
and
the
Pete Dunne,
Broserweights.
This is the
cool.
thing. I'm enjoying the Broserweights and I want them to win, but that's not the point.
Like-
I still want Matt Riddle by his
When
own.
they both do the poses, you know, Dunn's got his shrug, Riddle's got his.
Yeah.
that was my
Nice.
Riddle noise that he makes.
It's a team that just should never have fit together.
Anyone see the Worlds Collide promo?
Yes, yes.
We're going to do a lot of joint manipulation. We're going to be flying high in this division.
Riddle's gonna smoke the two of you.
Birmingham
It's
accent.
his accent that doesn't fit.
Aye.
So yeah, this match, a lot of tag team, like typical tag team offense from GYV, a lot of submission offense from the Broserweights. Great name. The best thing with that is the introduction to them, where it's just Matt Riddle doing it. He's like, "Yeah, I saw Pete Dunne, and I thought we'd make a great tag team, and now we're in the tournament." Just in his typical high voice. What else happened? The match happened, and then the Bruiserweight was taken out of the match seemingly, but recovered, set up an Itsigiri / go to sleep combination to win the match and the tournament.
It's a weird finish.
It is. I would have expected either heel tactics
Oh
and
my god, go to sleep,
just-
CM Punk return.
I,
A GTS.
I don't think it looks that impactful, but who am I to say anything?
they won at least.
Yeah,
I think it was the right decision.
I
And
know,
it
but
got
does the rock
GYV
bottom
over.
look that impactful?
No,
Not
no,
really.
I guess.
I'm not
But this is
trust me, I'm
NXT.
not comparing. I was going to say I'm not comparing these two to the Rock, but
I
no,
think you are.
But I can't wait for this.
Now the Broserweight's obviously gone to face the Undisputed Era at NXT Portland.
I hope they win it.
Really?
I
hope they win
think Broserweights win.
I hope they win it. I really
I
do.
think this is the end of. I know the prophecy's ended anyway, but I think this is when the era lose all the gold. I think Cole beats
And they
Ciampa,
move
but
up to the
then
main
they'll
roster.
lose it by WrestleMania.
And they move up to the main roster, don't they, Simon? Come on,
Will they be
Simon.
on
Never.
But like, there's Rhea Ripley's obviously going to be on WrestleMania with Charlotte. So is there anybody else that's going to be on WrestleMania. Undisputed
oh my
Era could be on
God.
WrestleMania.
But Ripley have the NXT belt, so
Yeah, that's
I
what I'm
wouldn't
saying. It's like
So long
any
enough show
NXT people
already.
being
Lee versus
WrestleMania.
Dijakovic.
I don't think they'll be the main card.
Right, so let's be honest. How long was it last year? Like 10 matches on Mania or even more?
It were 2-hour pre-show, 5-hour main card.
Oh my God! Now you had NXT in there. Jesus Christ! It's gonna start in the morning.
You should just take the dead matches out. Like the Baron Corbin's going to be on there. Just put him to the side, and then put.
Do you think,
put
do you
everyone.
think they'll stick with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on pre-show.
Good.
It's-
Oh, is that to get everyone on the
Yeah.
card?
Yeah.
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
that will probably be in that. Won't they?
Yeah, oh my God! Could you imagine if they
Keith
put,
Lee might win that.
Yeah, I'd like that actually.
I think Priest would win it.
No.
I don't think they'll put.
They'll
Lee.
put some NXT people in there.
What?
You
For
can't
sure.
have Lee win a battle royal that's been won by people like Mojo Rawley.
Cesaro.
Whoa!
Big Show.
Whoa! I will not get the name of Cesaro disrespected.
Yeah, but Cesaro's booked awfully.
Thank you.
Oh,
Big Show.
I'm not happy.
Who-
Who else would-
where
Braun?
did he go? Hold up, wasn't he back the other week?
Yeah, he was hitting people. With,
Oh yeah, I forgot that
Where's he
one.
gone?
he was hitting people with the. What's it called? WMD. That's what it's called.
Ah, he's got.
Oh.
I can't believe he's not come back and not turned heel yet.
Uh-huh.
He's ready to turn heel after a
He's
week.
come down and he's hit someone in the crowd and he's turned heel, but he's found someone crying and he's given him a fiver. His face again.
That's great.
I love
I hate
Big
the Big
Show.
Show.
It's
Yeah.
funny.
What, everyone thoughts on NXT this week?
I didn't watch it, but from what you guys are saying, it sounds like a good show. I have seen the Broserweights fight before, and I'm gonna watch the highlights when I go
I think
over
we're
now.
planting a few seeds for what Portland will
It's
be.
just great NXT. It's just for me, it isn't what it was because they've got the TV deal in the USA over there, which means it's not put on the network now till 24 hours after it's happened. So I find out sort of everything that's happened before I watch it, which takes away a little bit of the magic. But
When there's good matches, I don't think it matters.
But I guess if there's a shocking return, it's like.
yeah,
Yeah.
like when you're finding out Keith Lee wins the North American title via
Oh.
Instagram, it's a little bit flat.
See that? I cannot wait. I hope they do make it a triple threat because it doesn't sound like anything's going to happen. But I hope it's Keith Lee, Dijakovic, and Do you know what? Chuck Roddy back in there. I don't really care. Make it a four-way. I'm not too
No.
bothered.
Love
But
Roddy.
I
Make
don't-
it a forward.
just them three people together, maybe four if you include Roddy. Oh, magical.
Great. Should we hop over to the other team, the AEW? So the show started off with John Moxley and Jericho promo. Jericho insults John Moxley's mum.
That's low, man.
It is low, but it's a typical Jericho low.
Yeah.
So Moxley just says, "I'm gonna fight all the inner circle." I think Santana and Ortiz come out with all the little all the
Bring
mates.
out his mates.
no,
you've
no,
put here.
this is actually
That's what it
true.
was.
This is
Right.
exactly what happened.
You say that, but literally, Chris
No
Jericho,
one knows who these people are.
Chris Jericho goes, Santana and Ortiz have bought some friends, and then it's just a bunch of Santana and Ortiz has come out. So Mox just, I think, headbutts Santana and just starts fighting with like 15 of them.
I have heard rumours one of them didn't actually, like, everyone else looked mostly wrestler type, and then there was one guy that did not look like a wrestler at all. He's like, he's like, bring your brother to work day.
Gassing Fekir.
I've got to go and act like a gangster. Will you take your oh, come on, men. Come on.
You're
Put this
going to have
bloody-
to get punched by Moxley.
Right, Timmy, put the bandana on. Put the bandana on.
I just love now that before the show they've had to go to a charity shop and get matching bandanas
Yeah,
and matching clothing.
Have you got 15 outfits so we can all like thugs, please?
So yeah, they all battled, and the AEW security very good. They broke it all up. Moxley left. What I've put here is, it was like, do you know, like a brawl? It's like when you're playing a Lego game and you don't actually know how to do like certain maneuvers, so you just spam the button until you've took out all the enemies, and that's why like Moxley just spammed until he got broken up.
I can understand what you mean.
Right.
I mean, I don't really play Lego games, so I can't really.
Wow, you don't play Lego? Oh, Lego games are great.
You
Should I
ever played
just
Lego
go back-
Star Wars?
No, I don't
Oh,
watch Star Wars,
Christ.
mate.
You have to
Har-
watch it to play it.
Lego Harry Potter.
Have you played Lego Harry Potter?
No.
Well, disrespect.
Lego Marvel. Lego Marvel. Have you ever played them?
No.
Lego Heroes.
No.
Lego DC Superheroes.
What else is there?
None
on?
of them.
Lego Indiana
What's going on?
Jones.
Lego Indiana Jones.
Indiana
Le-
Nana Jones.
Lego movie game.
Oh,
Should I
no.
use my Quality Street analogy?
No.
No.
Okay.
Move on. Move on.
So we had a tag team match between the Young Bucks versus the Butcher and the Blade. Again, your typical Young Bucks match, a lot of high flying spots, a lot of Butcher and Blade sort of cutting them down. But then,
I love that.
Butcher and the Blade
Oh, I
cutting
love
them
that.
down. I love that.
That's good. That.
but
Love
nothing
that.
really happened, and the Young Bucks win quite easily. I think they hit the Meltzer driver.
I'm not invested in these at all.
The Butcher and the Blade or the Young Bucks?
Oh, I'm invested in the Young Bucks.
Okay.
No, I'm not invested in the Butcher. It took me. How long has AEW been going, or how long since they've debuted?
September.
I only figured out
they debuted this year.
I only figured out the bunny was a woman.
Yeah, I had a picture of her up in here. It's a woman.
The match, I don't think was the important thing here. I loved the promo beforehand of MJF and Wardlow going into Butcher and the. Have you not seen it?
No.
So basically, you've got MJF and Wardlow all in their like fancy suits and stuff, going into this like empty warehouse, and you've just got Butcher and the Blade just chopping meat on a board, and he pulls, and the bunny comes to MJF, and MJF just pulls out this envelope and hands it over.
Oh,
but it just, I don't know, it just gave an insight as to what like.
I think he went on commentary.
Are they
as well.
hiring?
Then
Yeah,
well,
like
it's already been hinted.
if you go back and watch that promo, I think you'll come round to Butcher and Blade a little bit more.
No, I just can't get on board. Like,
it's-
I'm coming to you with a deal, but he's sat there just chopping his beef.
It is all rendered pointless. It is all rendered pointless because they lost.
I think for me, they're going to be
but-
like the Dark Order, where I
Oh.
think they will slowly come around. But forget about Dark Order. After the match,
I don't know for them as well.
wow. After the match, the Butcher and Blade start attacking the Young Bucks. Kenny comes out and saves them, and I think they have the Blade. Braxton Sutter, I think, is the Blade.
Oh, I remember him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who the Blade is.
I'm invested.
The bunny's alley.
Yeah, and the Bunny's Alley.
You told me that
Yeah,
from TNA.
yeah. And Braxton Sutter from TNA.
Well, and from AEW because she was alley for like 3
Yeah.
months before.
And then all of a sudden
she rocked up as the bunny.
Yeah, suddenly she's changed.
It's someone different. But then, so they have the thing, and Hangman Page runs out with a beer in his hand, passes it to, I think it was Nick, does a buckshot lariat onto the Blade, gets the beer, necks it, and then leaves. And genuinely, Hangman Page, I've wrote here, is the best character in terms of progression in wrestling.
You've wrote that in capital, so you got to shout it.
No,
I
don't.
won't,
No.
in the audio. But I genuinely think he's the best character in wrestling right now.
Call me insane, but I'm not invested.
Oh, you're insane.
Tell you what, he's
I-
on the same level as the Butcher and the Blade.
I've never got it with Hangman Page.
Do you not
yeah,
like the
I'm more
alcoholic thing?
interested in Butcher and Blade.
Do you not like the alcoholic thing? I kind of like it.
Yeah, I think it's all right. I don't think it's as good as what people are making it out
Well,
to be.
if you watch Being the Elite this week, the most recent episode.
See, I've never watched Being the
Oh
Elite,
well,
that might be why.
if you watch Being Elite and watch previous episodes, you'll understand it. But they do audio over it, and it's just Hangman Page's inner thoughts is amazing. If you haven't watched it, I recommend watching to it.
The one bit I did like was a few weeks ago when he was on commentary.
Mm-hmm.
That was quite good.
I think maybe because I'm a Hangman Page fan and I started watching Being the Elite just before he came in, and so I sort of saw him from this cowboy guy to now his progression of he's a great wrestler, but because he's drinking, we're not getting the best out of him, even though he's won the championship.
Do you know where I gave up on Hangman Page?
When
he ripped his stitches out, I thought that's grim. He had stitches on his eye before his match with Jericho and tore them out, and it started bleeding. I just had to wince. I'm not. Do you know what? Any self out, I'm not into that.
He's one of them where he's obviously a hell of a wrestler, as is like Mia Yim and Shotzi Blackheart, but there's just people who don't connect with you.
Not me.
I like
And
it. I think
Leave
one
her
of them.
alone, man.
Not me. You.
I'll change the title to Mia Yim Hate.
Yeah, literally. No offense. I'm sure she's a lovely person. Probably not actually.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Cold for-
Would be apologise to Mia Yim if she's.
I'm
watching,
colder
of
than
course
Hangman Page when he got his title shot. Thank you.
That's HBIC.
she is. Wow.
Thank you.
Now I like Page. I think he's great. I think people are just going to have time to get used to him. Now Nyla Rose versus Big Swole, and
Is that a name?
Ariel. Yeah, Big Swole.
Big
is
Swole.
Oh,
it? And for the notes, put Nyla Rose. Don't care for her. What
Yeah.
are people's opinions on Nyla Rose?
me neither.
Yeah, I'm not bothered.
I'm not invested at all.
Like,
She had that thing with Riho,
yeah,
and
nothing came of it.
no, I can't remember who was it. Yuka Sakazaki as well.
Oh, the best team in
I
wrestling.
don't really get it with Swole
Ah, yeah,
either.
yeah. I can understand Swole's much because she hadn't been on, but now
Yeah,
Rose been on
that's fair.
so much. She had the suspension. I thought this could be the start, but I'm just really not invested in her.
No.
I think it's most people's opinions on like Baron Corbin that he's all right at what he does, but people don't like him.
I actually like Baron.
So do I. I really like him, but I just think for me, Nyla Rose.
He's a good mid-carder.
Yeah,
I think you just make. I don't know what to do because I've seen like a. It's very much, when they did Nia Jax and she just beat everyone, and then no one really got invested. It took her like a bullying storyline to get cheered.
Like no one, I feel like in terms of like wrestling, no one's scared of her. And obviously in the ring characters and stuff, but she should be this person.
Well, she did get beat by a 5'4" Japanese lady that just literally won with a roll up, wasn't it, or something like that?
Yeah,
she's just not feared.
Some misses. I don't really know what it is.
Next on, Cody versus Kip Sabian. I watched this match. It was a really good match. Cody put Kip Sabian over like hell. The one spot I didn't like was Penelope Ford and Kip Sabian back to like the typical kiss spot, and Joey Janela popped up. Yeah, and Joey Janela popped up, and they kissed him on the cheek, and I thought,
wait, why was Joey Janela here?
Oh, Joey Janela and Kip Sabian got a feud. Because Joey Janela used to go out with Penelope Ford in real life.
Brilliant.
And now she's going out with Kip Sabian.
I get it, but so basically, you've written here, right? It took 3 crossroads to finish Kip Sabian.
Yes.
I don't like that.
I do.
I don't.
I'm going to dispute it because it wasn't a case of to finish him off. It wasn't like Sabian were kicking out. It was more, I'm making a statement to MJF. This is what it takes.
Because the way it was doing it, though, I thought it meant after every crossroad he kicked out, I thought, why did you run it on weekly TV? Like, Kip Sabian does not need that. Who was it that took Cody to a draw?
Darby Allin.
Before... No, it was Hangman Page before his title shot when he faced Kip Sabian.
All right.
And that he really struggled, and that didn't make Hangman Page look like any sort of a threat to Chris Jericho. I worry, like, if this would have been him kicking out all the time, it just doesn't make Cody look hard. It just makes Kip look like he's...
Oh, yeah, it wasn't like that.
I've just seen AEW and then Cody used 3 consecutive... trips down the crossroads.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that then. It's not as bad as I thought it'd be.
And I think it has become a regular segment on this podcast. Britt Baker is a bitch. So this week she came out. Tony Giovanni were interviewing. He goes, Britt, I hope I didn't offend you last week. And Britt Baker just went, it's Doctor. I promise I'll be here each week. My smile beaming across your TV sets, which is more than we can say for your champion Riho. And Cleveland, congratulations, you finally have a Baker you can trust in. Now, I think that's a sports reference. In Cleveland.
Baker Mayfield.
There you go.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
That is a burn. Go on, Britt. I'm invested now.
What she was saying was true.
Yeah.
It was like each week here you'll see me and not Rio. Obviously, it's unfortunate because Rio's from Japan that they have to fly her over.
Oh, that's a quality line. That I'm still really. That's a really good one.
I don't care though.
I just think they don't know what to do with her. They could have had her as a great face. People slowly went off her.
I was behind it till someone slagged off being a Starbucks worker. I was fuming.
She slagged off Tony Schiavone.
But no,
Can't be doing that.
the Baker Mayfield lines turn me back around. I'll give her the title. Go on, Britt. I think she will, because Riho is never there because of her Japan schedule. Because she has to do double dates, doesn't she? Because she works for them, but she also works for... Who does she work for in Japan?
Was it Stardom?
Yeah, I was going to say it's one of the
Riho.
later promotions, yeah.
It's not Stardom, it's the other one.
I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, anyway, yeah.
But yeah, so I think they'll just give it to Britt Baker so it's actually on TV.
Then there was a nice little backstage segment segment that I haven't written down here. Young Bucks being interviewed, and Kenny Omega joins in to congratulate them. And Adam Page stumbles on with another drink in his hand, and his tag team belt showing off the new nameplate that was added to his title. So now it does say Hangman Page. I think Kenny Omega. Hangman Page on his belt. Omega said he was late because he was preoccupied with setting up for next week's match, which is the Young Bucks and Kenny and Page versus Butcher and the Blade. And the team they're choosing was really the Lucha Bros. So that's a match for next week.
I thought it'd be Wardlow and MJF.
No.
Because that's what I thought the package was.
I don't think they want to wrestle.
Wardlow don't wrestle, does he? He's just
until
the
the
hitman.
steel cage match.
Is the offensive lineman?
He's
the Riddick Moss of AEW.
He's the Riddick Moss of Mojo's. So nothing happened there. Then SCU versus Hybrid 2, which is Angelico and Jack Evans. Nice little thing that Scorpio Sky and Frank Kazarian came out with Christopher Daniels all wearing Lakers jersey with number 24.
That's nice.
On intro, they did a Kobe. They did the 3-point shoot.
Fade away.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, like a spin round fade away.
They ended the match.
I don't watch basketball.
End of the match was Scorpio Sky pinning Angelico. Again, the former tag team champions, and unfortunately Hybrid 2 were not really built up in the roster.
That's my thing. I'm really upset because I like Angelico. Did anyone watch?
I like Hybrid 2.
Did anyone here watch? Was it Lucha Underground he was on? Angelico.
Yeah.
I know about him when he
I
was there.
loved Angelico. I don't like his dancing with his wavy arms that he does behind his back. But apart
They're
from
just
that,
big ravers, aren't they?
yeah,
That's basically what it is.
I like him, but and I'm sick at
I
Dark
prefer
Order,
them
so-
to SCU.
Ooh.
I
just
do.
feel like
No, I
don't. I
SCU,
prefer SCU.
obviously, like
See
they are who they are, but to me it just comes across as if you don't know them, it's just three oldish bald men just
Like,
playing the greatest
one's
hits.
playing-
I don't
one's
know.
playing the air guitar as well. Isn't he?
Yeah,
Great, I love I think the most interesting point about this match was after a video of the Dark Order played. Evil Uno was speaking in the stairwell and said, "Christopher Daniels, the Exalted One, is very unhappy with you, and when he is unhappy, he acts swiftly. He is going to target someone close to you." Daniels was watching this in the ring, outraged by the threat. I'm guessing, what's everyone thought he was going to be the leader of the Dark Order?
Luke Harper, aka Brody Lee.
Yeah. I think it was supposed to be Marty Scurll, but once he signed the Ring of Honor contract, Dave had to act quick.
I said it to you. I want it to be Vince McMahon in the massive hood, and he comes out and he goes,
It
"It
was
was
me,
me.
Cody."
It was me, Tony Khan. It was me all along."
I mean, I like it that Christopher Daniels, who is this legacy wrestler, is now being teased in a cult storyline.
Who could be a bit of a left field shout to be the leader? You know, someone like Brandon Cutler.
Bro, imagine for Brad. No, because he's part of the group. Dark Order, well, he's being teased.
The Ascension.
I'm trying to think.
John Cena.
Imagine if it
Oh
is.
my god, yeah, Victor and Connor.
I'm trying to think of like unsigned.
That's what
people.
I'm trying to think. Either or someone that's on the roster that's just not been in.
I was going to say Brody Lee, but he's recently signed a new contract with Ring of Honor. So
No,
I think
it would
Luke Harper for
I
sure.
think it will be Brody.
I think it'll just be obviously. I think it'll just be obvious. But do you know what? To be fair though, as I say, maybe that'll finally get me invested because I've not been invested in the Dark Order since it.
Hopefully,
I don't like the. What's the other one? The Nightmare Collective.
the Brandy one.
Yeah, the Bunny, the Butcher. There's
There
too
seems
much.
to be a lot of them, doesn't there?
Yeah, spooky,
Yeah.
spooky teams. And do you know what? Right, I'm all for characters in wrestling. Like my favourite's the Fiend. I love him. Yeah, all the spooky stuff on this side in AEW, I just can't get on board with.
Mm-hmm. Well, the main event was Private Party and Darby Allin versus Santana and Ortiz and El Champion. Again, great match, typical three-way that normally is. Darby tagged like to the end of the match. Darby tagged in and using the overtop stunner on Ortiz and stepped through for a cloverleaf, but Jericho popped Darby in the face from the outside. Darby jumped off the ropes onto Jericho. Then he did the coffin drop on Hager, which the coffin drop is horrible.
I hate
It's
it.
disgusting, but
cool, though.
it's great because it just makes him look like he's got no fear.
No, but when he lands on the corner, which I don't know if you've heard, is the hardest part of the ring. It just looks disgraceful. Like that is going to take years off your back.
He don't care. It's the body bag one.
ain't bothered.
He don't care.
No, we don't care. But
Then Mag Quinn was there for a center on Jericho for a near fall. Jericho reversed an Irish whip from Cassidy and introduced Cassidy to the Judas effect, for the 3 count, the worst finisher in wrestling.
No,
I like it.
It
can come out. It can come
I've
out
never
of
seen
nowhere.
it. What does it look like?
It's
It's
just
an
a
elbow.
It's like a
spinning back elbow.
Like, you know,
Oh.
Andrade.
Oh.
But
Cedric
it's
Alexander
finisher.
does one as well.
But this is finisher.
Yeah,
Who's
but
that?
It's Jericho.
Cedric Alexander.
Yeah, I know he is. I'm
Oh.
joking.
But the thing is, no, because it's Jericho, right? And the way they built that move up, no one kicks out of it.
I
So you know
suppose
when
true.
it lands, that it's like when. Sadly, do you know when Baron Corbin hits a deep six, right? And I
Oh,
love a deep
great
six as much as the next
Enough
one. But
spin.
he's never gonna pin him because we know he's never gonna pin him because it just doesn't happen. But when in the Judas effect, that'll be a big rub for whoever kicks out of that first.
I pop when he hits it. I guess
I
that's
love
all
it.
that matters.
Because
Yeah.
it's one that can come out of nowhere.
It's the RKO. It is
The
the
bull
Judas out of
hammer elbow.
nowhere.
Every finisher's got to look impactful and be hit out of nowhere.
True.
And I think it just ticks
Maybe I
both the
like it because I
boxes.
like MMA. And it's actually like a real
Yeah.
proper move. You can hit.
At the end of the match, Inner Circle storm the ring and do more damage to Private Party. Allin, Chris Jericho and Sammy G, the Spanish God, took Darby's skateboard and just put it into his throat. It looked horrible. So then Mox came out with a baseball bat, swinging for the fence against Inner Circle, who retreated from the rings like the dirty, dirty diddlers they are.
I love Private Party.
This is a private
I
party.
love Private Party and I
You
love Darby
are
Allin.
party.
And I
Yeah.
like the Inner Circle, so there was nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong.
Six good wrestlers put on good wrestling match.
I want Private Party to win the titles, me. The tag titles. I
Yeah.
love Private Party.
Right. Question: who do you think won this Wednesday?
It's a good question.
NXT.
Yeah. NXT.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to go NXT.
You know, I'm just going to back SmackDown because my boys.
I think
SmackDown? That wasn't an option.
Well, it's going to be an option. No, I'm going to back AEW because they're my boys.
I think NXT NXT is consistently better, but AEW pulls in the views.
I was going to say,
criminally.
NXT for me, that was consistent different storylines being progressed, like the Tegan Nox, Dakota Kai, the Keith Lee and the Dijakovic. Shotzi, you need them sort of matches, cool the crowd a little bit, but still building someone on top of that. So, and who doesn't love Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle?
Who doesn't? Should we go to SmackDown?
No,
No.
let's not.
So
Well,
SmackDown
I
obviously
won't
on
bother.
Friday. Reigns opened the show with the Usos, bragging about his Royal Rumble win. 'Cause it was actually the first one since the Rumble, bragging about his Rumble win. Corbin, Ziggler and Rude come out as the typical heels. And so Reigns says, we'll have a tag team match.
He also called him Fetish Boy.
Yes, he did.
Fetish Boy, like.
This was like when Buddy Rock called him STD.
Oh,
my-
Fetish Boy. That's going to be a new t-shirt now, isn't it?
Oh no.
Fetish Boy.
Fetish Boy.
So yeah, they came out and Reigns said, we're going to have a loser eats dog food match.
Where did that even come from? Like, that should have been the stipulation at Royal Rumble.
You get it? Because he's a big dog.
Yes, yeah. I get
Wolf.
I get the thing, but like it was just like out of nowhere. Wasn't it? Like, oh, the loser's gonna
No.
eat dog food
it is-
after
It's
this.
insane.
Yeah, but I don't want that on. I don't want that on Royal Rumble because you imagine there was matches after that, and if the ring stinks of dog food and you're being chucked out
but
into
they've-
still the remnants
just
of dog
slipping
food.
on it.
Yeah, true. They've done it before. Like, this feud's not done, is it?
No,
It just isn't
I
done.
like
no, it's
it.
done now. It's done
Aye.
Do
now.
you think?
Yeah, because they need to build Reigns towards Fiend.
I think they might revisit it if both men are in the Elimination Chamber.
I also think that as
When
well.
is the Elimination Chamber?
I thought it was gonna be. It's gonna be
8th of
super.
March.
It's gonna be Super Showdown first, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they'll
When's
leave
Super
it for a
Showdown?
bit
Is it
and
the
then
20?
27th, and
Yeah.
then
So like a week
elimination,
later.
Elimination Chamber's 10 days later.
That's stupid.
I mean, it
Um,
would just be nothing for it.
Guys,
feuds, wouldn't it?
I've got a prediction.
Go on.
It's Elimination Chamber. 4 people left, don't know who. It's Reigns and Corbin. Corbin brings out a dog to attack Reigns.
Oh.
Because Reigns is the big dog, he barks, he attacks
He
Corbin.
commands it.
Reigns pins him.
I don't know if you've seen one of the Cultaholic pitches, but do you know Jack?
Yeah.
He actually wanted Roman Reigns to release a dog on Baron Corbin, and he wanted Baron Corbin to wrestle the dog like a Rottweiler.
I said
do wanna
I
see-
wanted a Kennel of Hell match.
I do want to see
Rottweilers
some
all
more
around
dogs
the
involved
outside.
in this feud. Just like, but every week Corbin brings out a dog, but it's just a measly.
It's a different dog every
Yeah,
week.
it's just a rubbish dog, lord. Like a Chihuahua for the first week.
Aye.
When I couldn't get a Rottweiler, all right.
I guess if you're going to run this feud into the ground, you might as well do it all the way.
Yeah.
They're just going to make it as
The
stupid.
Dachshund
as
couldn't
possible.
cut it, so I brought the Golden Retriever in.
Still quite good.
You've
Yeah,
already
yeah.
hit rock
Still
bottom.
quite good. They didn't get to like a pet shop or something.
We hit rock bottom like them. Oh my god, with this.
He don't like it, but we'll go on to what happened next.
I don't think it's just me.
I love it.
I like how they had it all set up. Like the Usos were like, "Bring it out, boys," and then they just rolled it out on the trolley, like it had been set up before.
I'd love a documentary behind the thing where it's completely in kayfabe, but it's like when there's a stipulation match, it's the wrestlers going to a supermarket and going,
That's what I'm saying.
"Hey, I'd like 30,000 tins of dog food."
No, but it's
please."
almost as if they knew Baron Corbin was going to accept.
I just want the backstage, like while we were at the 24/7. I want Drake Maverick ordering his hotel room. I want R-Truth going backstage asking where his room is.
Whilst the wheeling it through Gorilla and Vince are just sitting there going, look at all the dog food."
It's dog food.
I was gonna say, I
Finn
feel,
stops it, pours another dog food in.
I feel sorry for the people in the surrounding area that went to the supermarket to get dog food and the whole shelf is gone. Oh, where's it gone? Someone ordered 30,000 cans.
3 burly Samoans came and took it out.
One of them called himself the Big Dog.
They had a big like a truck with a faces on as well.
collar on.
To go to pets at home. Who's this? This is my big dog.
Can I return this dog, please?
With a bloodline, don't you get it?
Oh my god.
But we'll go on to what the
It's
next
awful.
match was for me the saddest one. It was Heavy Machinery versus The Revival versus Miz and John Morrison, and versus the Lucha House Party, which Miz and Morrison won with pinning Scott Dawson. Just a poor. Congrats! Like we knew this was going to happen. New Day, Miz and Morrison. I thought we were going to end up.
Giving
Rumble.
Morrison a few wins, aren't they? Like he's beat Big E, he's beat
Well,
Kofi, and he
that's-
got the pin on.
Scotty D.
And then the
Yeah.
Rumble
I was gonna say what they're asking us to
And
do
then
is
the Rumble
ignore the
happened,
Rumble and. But my issue is not with this match because I know the Revival want to go and they deserve to go. It's Otis has got his date. That's all I care
Big
about.
Otis.
This.
Well,
That's all I
I'll just-
care.
Just with a quick news is Revival have asked for their release again after I think it was last year they asked for it and they weren't granted it. So they've asked for it again. And then obviously they've been punished by taking the pin. But yeah, I think after the thing, Otis and Tucker were backstage with Mandy and Sonya. Otis was nervous, Tucker were egging him on.
He shoots.
He
scores.
He asked her out for a date for next week and she went, "No, I've got a match or something."
Yeah.
So she goes, "What about the week after?" And they both accept, and then just Tucker goes, "That's Valentine's Day,
Oh,
bro."
I'm so happy.
What a
What a man.
It's not the best Rumble thing that happened.
That's the biggest pinfall.
Why is this the
that
best storyline on SmackDown?
Because we've got a big dog and a shorty G, that's why.
Wow.
That's not.
Don't dish shot. But then, when
Don't dish shorty G, you've put Sheamus one absolutely pointless on it.
okay, well, we'll go to the next one, which involves Mandy and Sonya Fire and Desire. They all came out to the ring, and Bliss and Cross beat them.
I'd rather have seen Fire and Desire win due to
The crowd were not in this match at all.
This podcast probably makes it sound like I don't like women's wrestling. But again, I don't
Me
care.
again, hater. What's the point of Alexa Bliss?
Bliss and Cross, they have.
Should have turned ages ago.
I love
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss, but yeah, she's not going anywhere.
I'm massively on board with Bliss in probably her first year on main.
Because she was
and
the
then-
best one. She
and
was the
then
best heel.
Yeah.
And then a gimmick was I like coffee.
Yeah, this could have
The
made
gimmick was
Nikki
let's
Cross.
do a talk show.
This
Yeah.
could have made Nikki Cross if Nikki Cross would have turned on Alexa during that little.
Nikki wants to play.
But no,
They could have even been tag team champs. Well, they were. They
were,
were.
yeah,
but
they were.
But they've dropped them to the Kabuki Warriors,
Ah,
who haven't defended him in ages.
And I think that's going to be the next match.
And
the
Asuka's
tag team champs.
Asuka's going against Becky Lynch.
Awful.
Is it Super Showdown? I think it's gone.
No, it's
Um,
Kyra at Super
I
Showdown.
reckon they'll let him wrestle.
Because Asuka's was it just a Rumble?
Actually,
Do
no,
you
that's a
reckon
good
he won't
point.
wrestle? But Becky Lynch has
Oh, yeah.
accepted Asuka's challenge for
Oh, is that
Yeah.
next week?
for the next.
think it'll
Like
be-
she's the
Well,
next
they allowed
challenger.
Natalia and Lacey at the last show.
Yeah, but that was.
Yeah, but that's why like bed covers
that,
on him.
that was like a 1-star, just get out of here alive type match.
True.
Pin me quickly.
Yeah.
No, it was more about what it meant for society
I
rather
know,
than what
I-
it meant
for
in
women
terms
in
of quality.
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, rather than
Apart from they
quality.
got bottles thrown at them.
Yeah, we
That was
don't-
my one guy though.
Yeah.
You get them at the football all the time.
Well, we'll go on to the next match, which is an Intercontinental Championship match between Shinsuke Nakamura versus Braun Strowman. What do you think? If you don't know, Braun won, beating Shinsuke.
I'm torn. I'm really torn. I just wish they'd have got behind Sammy, Shinsuke, and Cesaro as an actual
Yeah, you've
force.
put here, Rowan. Lead to Shinsuke breaking from Sami Zayn, making his. I don't want him to break from Sami Zayn.
I think I do, because then he can be a face, Sammy and Cesaro could be a heel, and you get that match at
But I
Mania.
think that's.
Cesaro.
I think those three work good together. I think they're great. Sami Zayn this week were amazing.
They do. Oh, Sammy's
Sami Zayn is so
amazing.
good.
But I think you need Shinsuke as a face.
I think he just hates factions. Vince just
I'd-
doesn't like him.
I don't know where they're going with this.
No.
So-
I
Yeah, I can't see where they're
I don't
going.
know who Braun faces.
I thought it was going to be Shinsuke
Well,
again,
Is
but
Apollo Crews around?
It's only been defended 5 times since he won it as Shinsuke. That was back in July.
I'm just trying to think.
What? He's held it since July.
Yeah, it's only been that was the 5th time he's defended it.
I'm just trying to
How
think.
long is July
Oh
to
my.
July to February?
7 months.
Yeah,
7 months.
Bring Colin Just back or whatever he's
Colin
called.
Jost.
That's
Yeah, bring him back.
Who is
He's-
actually gonna fight? It's probably Sheamus.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sheamus.
no.
Wait,
Yeah,
is that
that's
the
a
one
good
he's got
shout.
left to win in it?
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
only one
that's
he needs to
fine.
win.
Oh no, but he's got
Sheamus
no,
has
but
held it, hasn't he?
No, it's
No.
the only one he hasn't held.
But why?
And he's won
I,
every
see,
one.
why I'd have kept that on Shinsuke because I don't want Braun to be beat by
A brogue
Sheamus
kick.
brogue kick.
Imagine if Shorty G wins it. Bit like a cheeky roll up on Strowman, Sheamus and
Shit.
Braun.
Jesus Christ, he'd have to like everyone to help him roll him up. I don't think Shorty
So
G
what
could
you're
roll
saying
up
is-
Strowman like that.
Shorty G is whammo.
So what you're saying is Shorty G then pins Braun, which makes Sheamus versus Shorty G if it's not done already a Mania match.
Which is absolutely pointless
Oh,
to put here.
There'll be a fatal four-way,
Oh no.
and maybe Sheamus will pin someone else.
Who else could go for the Intercontinental title?
I think they'll make it a
Sheamus,
six-man ladder match or something.
Miz?
Get some lads up from NXT.
Miz
or
tag team.
something.
Miz Morrison.
Miz will be tag team.
Oh, that's-
Oh, who are they going to bring up though if they? Because imagine they bring up like
Dream if he's
Daniel-
healed.
Daniel
Or
Bryan?
just do someone who isn't like being used, like surely Jinder Mahal.
bring Riddick Moss in, right? Let's have
He's
Riddick
close
Moss.
to return.
Jinder Mahal versus Braun
He's supposed to
Strowman.
return. Drew did an interview where he was like, "Yeah,
Jinder Mahal versus Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
well, in fairness, one's been a world heavyweight
Check,
champion
just
and
check
one
the
hasn't."
SmackDown roster. See who else is on there. Like,
I think.
I'm thinking
do you
Daniel
know what?
Bryan. The
Make
only
it a
people that aren't in the
six-man-
feud.
Make it a six-man Intercontinental. Just chuck everyone in there.
Or at Mania, just have a ladder match. or
Just
something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
like,
just-
the ladder match in the
like, do
Continental
you know like they
Championship
did
match
at
was
31
amazing.
where it was Ambrose, Harper,
That was amazing.
Stardust,
Ziggler.
Sin
Bryan.
Cara, somehow you
Zayn
made.
Bryan.
Owens.
Yeah, that was quality. that.
SmackDown. Where is it? I need to put the brand in.
The
SmackDown.
only people I think it could be Daniel Bryan, but I don't think he'll.
All right,
I don't
okay.
think he'd drop the card.
The people that can be who are not in feuds or titles: Apollo Crews. You've got Braun.
Yep,
Bo Dallas.
yep. Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Cesaro.
I'd like to see
Can I just-
that.
Curtis
Right.
Axel.
Go on.
The last time Apollo Crews, I believe, was on TV was when he was in that pose off with Bobby Lashley. And he showed more charisma than he ever has done. And he was actually really good.
Apollo Crews. Do you remember that time
People
when,
didn't
like,
laugh.
who was it Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin, when all the, like, little jobbers came out and, like, surrounded the ring around Baron Corbin?
Kurt
Back when he was GM.
That's why I used to love, what are they called? Are they called lumberjack matches? You know, when you get all the people that no one cares about.
Jobberjack matches.
You know, the outside, Heath Slater's on the outside putting some punches in. I
love Heath Slater. He's great.
Get him versus Braun Strowman. He's got kids, man.
Right, Daniel
They were
Bryan,
the first tag team champions.
I genuinely think Daniel Bryan might be in the triple threat match.
Dash Wilder,
No.
Dolphy Ziggs,
No.
Yes!
No.
More Ziggler and Miller.
He'll be fighting bloody Roman Reigns for the
Drake
next
Maverick,
year. Yeah, let's go on. Go on, have a bit of Drake Maverick.
Drew Gulak, Elias.
Yeah.
Elias.
Why not Drew Gulak?
I can see a six-way this and having Gulak as like
I want
your
Elias.
one who's
Gulak
like,
wasn't even on TV.
have Gulak as your Sin Cara.
What was
don't
Gulak on
think
TV? He was doing a presentation last
Elias
time,
was
wasn't he? Of
Brian.
like 10
I can
reasons
see it
why
being
I
a
will,
six-man.
why someone will beat you.
Yeah.
Epico,
Oh, yeah.
Grand Met-
He's the crap shining star. We don't want him.
Is that the good one?
no, he's the crap one. Primo's way better.
Yeah, that's what we're on about.
Grand Metalik.
No, what I just said.
Yeah, that's what we're on about.
Yeah, you said he's the worst.
No, I agreed with what you
Oh, I
said.
thought you said he was the worst.
No.
Anyway, Grand Metalik, Heath Slater, Jeff Hardy,
No.
if he's back in time.
No.
The Usos wouldn't. John Morrison won't. Kalisto,
Injured.
Kane.
No.
Kane's on SmackDown.
Yeah,
Leave.
he's part of the SmackDown.
Leave forever.
Meh.
King Corbin, Lars.
No.
What's
I don't
happened?
think-
What has
no,
happened to
I
him?
don't think we'll ever see
He's
him
just
return.
not recovering from his double ACL. They think it's going to be like July next year.
Jesus.
And let's be fair, it started off bad because he had the issues with, nerve
Race.
issues? No,
Oh,
before
right.
that. He had like anxiety, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
was meant to,
Yeah, he's time on.
Wasn't he meant to like beat John Cena at one point?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
at
Mania.
Mania.
5 stars last.
Lindsay, he's in a 5-star match. Lindsay Dorado, Michael Cole. He's
Oh,
classed
there we go.
as, he's classed as
Braun
Smack-
Strowman
oh, wow.
versus Michael
Let's
Cole.
push Michael Cole to
Mr.
the moon.
McMahon.
No, but who
Um,
could it genuinely be like?
Oh,
Ali.
Probably Mr. McMahon.
Elias.
Ali.
Ali.
Ali will be in there.
Yeah.
Elias, Ali, Strowman, Shinsuke.
Paul
Tools.
Heyman.
I'd be up for that. It was this time last year when Ali were meant to go on that marathon run in Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
No,
and
but
you
that
say-
led to Kofi, and I was
which you
happy.
can't complain. Then you've got Primo, the best one. Robert Roode, Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, Scott Dawson, Sheamus, Shinsuke, Shorty G, The Fiend, Tamina, The Miz, Tom Phillips,
Tamina.
Tom Phillips, Triple H, Tucker,
Tom
and
Phillips on Raw now.
Woods. Yeah.
As I
So
say,
it's Byron Saxton.
Woods would be a
No,
shout,
fair play
but
to
he's
Byron,
injured
you
for
know.
so
I
long.
like Byron Saxton. I don't mind him.
Yeah, I think it's quite good.
I don't care.
And
I
funny
wouldn't
for
have him
the
beat
Raws.
Braun though.
I think Elias for me. I love Elias.
I'm going with Ali.
Oh, I'll
Who
go
you
for
going
Ali.
with?
Ali or Gulak.
I think it's gonna be the 6-man, like Roman said.
Right, I know. Right, okay, but like, imagine
It's not.
it's not, and imagine who would you want to take the title off
know.
Braun? I'd take Elias.
Daniel Bryan.
Or
Ali.
Leo Rush.
Oh,
Have you seen his tweets?
I love
He's
Leo
just
Rush.
begging for Lashley to take him back.
I like Leo Rush, but he just causes too many issues, doesn't he?
He's in my top 5 wrestlers in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's
Who
the
do
boy.
you want then?
Daniel Bryan. I want Daniel Bryan to
Okay.
win something
Okay.
finally.
Well, it's definitely
Again.
interesting
Again.
conversation.
Again.
Next up was Sheamus versus Shorty G. Sheamus won. Who cares? Next was Naomi interrupts Bayley.
Who cares?
I'm
Who
glad
cares?
you said it and not me.
Because unfortunately, Naomi.
She has a fishbowl.
What was that? What was that she had on her head?
I think it's cool.
Like,
Alright,
she had a great return.
It's like a neon rave.
She had a great return, but that's all it was.
Gone for the Fellaini look.
The light up for lady.
Unfortunately, that's all it was. A good return.
Yeah. Was
I
it?
don't-
What?
Yeah,
the
because
Rumble?
it was nice. Yeah, 'cause it was
Yeah.
nice to see her.
Do you know what ruined it for me? Do you know when was it the Rumble, the Mania that was in Orlando, and she came back the week before to announce she was going to be in it, whereas Orlando's her hometown. So why didn't she just wait till Mania, not tell anyone, and then turn?
Yeah.
But anyway, well, that's
Bring it to the floor.
dog
Go.
food.
That was Martin Kirby. Then we
The
had
big
the
dog.
we had the main event of Roman Reigns versus the Usos.
Roman Reigns versus the Usos.
Roman Reigns and the Usos versus King Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, and Robert Roode. I just wrote, give me more dog food. I loved
Yeah.
it. It was a typical normal 6-man.
It was
tag.
the deadest finish though.
It's completely off topic, but I just remembered the 1 week last year when Robert Roode showed up with that moustache. It was the most invested in him I'd been all year. And then as soon as the beard came back, I stopped caring.
And he is glorious.
He
And
looked
when
like
Rusev had the tash,
he looked like he could be prime Val Venus.
you can go back to talk about the match now, but
It was a dead finish.
Do you know what? Should we just talk about his mustache instead? Because it's a much more interesting storyline.
Wrestling
was
mustaches are class.
fantastic.
Rick Rude. The Rusev one is amazing.
The Rusev one was good.
Yeah, he did look like Rick Rude, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did Rude.
I thought you were going to say Jinder Mahal then.
No, Jinder Mahal did not look like Rick Rude ever. Actually.
No, but the ending, the match was pretty simple, but the ending was great.
Was it? No, the ending to the match was
No,
awful.
the ending
None
to
of
the
it was
segment,
great.
the
It was
show.
the dog food bit was
Come on.
anticlimactic.
it must be an American thing. It must be.
No, I
like,
think it's for all the kids where they're like, look, isn't this funny? Let's make fart jokes. Let's make back shaving jokes.
Yeah,
Let's
look
make...
at that bald guy getting covered in dog food.
It was funny.
No, it's
If you to
not.
ask a kid in a primary school over here, they're like, "What's the ultimate humiliation?" I don't think any of them would say being covered in dog
Being
food.
DK.
No, but
It's
it's
because he's the big dog. It's
It's
because he's the big dog.
Yeah, but
He is the big dog.
The loser gets DK.
on live TV. On live TV.
it's the big dog.
It's the big dog.
I like falling down the stairs in like the school assembly.
yeah, I was
hall
gonna
with
say-
someone.
I thought, yeah, that is the ultimate
Loser gets
humiliation.
I genuinely would like to ask, like, American kids, do you find other people being covered in dog food hilarious? Because, like, that is it just me that
Or
thinks that-
eating it.
He didn't eat it. He didn't eat
He was
any
trying
of
to
it.
get
He
him
got
to eat it, wasn't
served
he?
it.
He was trying to get
He
to
got
Roman Reigns. We're
served.
flicking it with a spoon at him. He got-
He just comes over. Who wants to put the plane in? Here he comes.
It's just.
Oh, he's
and then
I
they
think
posed after like they were hard as hell.
What, the one that's the thumbnail currently.
Look at us. The lads.
They posed it like, oh look at us, we're
That- I was
so
about to say,
cool.
that is definitely Paul Rudd where he goes, who'd have thought? Not me.
And then
when I became a wrestler in the Samoan dynasty.
and then Michael Cole was selling it like Roman Reigns is
He
like.
was so
Oh
good.
my God!
He proper
That's
fancies
not what
Roman
didn't
Reigns.
help it. It was the fact it was Cole. It's like, how does it feel, King? And just like,
No, he said something like, "Oh, we're minutes away from seeing comedy dog food." So, like,
the stat where he said-
we're getting giddy.
He said the word dog food, I think,
26 times,
26 times in 12 minutes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which when he
He
said
loves
said
it.
dog food twice in a minute.
Jesus.
Do you know what would have been a good ending to a dog food match? A pedigree. Yeah.
Roman Reigns, it's with pedigree.
Just me. Just me.
No.
I liked it. I liked it.
Thank
I'm
you.
a fan. I'm a
Thank
fan.
you. Thanks, man.
All right, we're going to Monday Night Raw now. But what do you think of SmackDown?
Awful.
It was.
Nah.
It was.
My favourite thing is Otis. By far.
Hovis.
Otis.
Hovis bread.
It's a good thing we're moving on to Super Showdown, where everything,
Is it?
all storylines just go out.
I was about
the
to
window.
say,
Yeah,
when you
no,
say
but
it's a
like-
It's
good
all
thing.
jobbers.
If this was the build to WrestleMania, then you'd be fuming.
Let's just hope they can all get him back this time from
I'd love it.
some Saudi Arabia.
And no more dog food. I want cat food. Let's have some whiskers.
The big cat.
That's Natalia's grudge match.
Natalia versus Beth Phoenix at WrestleMania.
Just lobbing whiskers at her from across the room.
I am.
Just shaking her. The dream is, come on, Beth, come on. She runs through the door. Come on, Natalia. I'm waiting.
Oh my God.
This week we're very short.
No. Can I just say one thing? You know when the dog whistle thing, like for Roman Reigns, someone was saying, I think it might have been on the pictures, the pictures again.
Yeah.
I think it was Adam. He goes, blow a dog whistle so it distracts Roman Reigns.
It worked.
Dog whistle, man.
And then we're going. You lot have got to help me through Monday Night Raw because I was too busy.
I don't know what order it went in.
I'm
I just
gonna
know what
fire
happened.
I've got-
up like
don't
a
worry.
recap thing
I've got the
for
order.
myself.
Oh, he's got the
I was
order.
actually
that's good.
recovering from the SmackDown episode, to be honest. I'm still on
Well, you're not. Did you not see enough of the big
Ooh.
dog?
I saw-
The big Samoans.
I did see this. Randy Orton came out and refused to explain his attack on Edge. The crowd
He just
were
stood-
amazing.
What
He
did he
stood there for 3 minutes and went.
Did he just go, I can't be bothered with this or something?
He
It was a
did
bit
say-
like Reigns, where he just went, it's my yard now, but obviously on a far
Honest,
lesser
I
scale.
love it. I absolutely love
It
it.
was the crowd. The crowd just didn't stop hurling abuse.
Good.
And Randy Orton sold it perfectly.
It was
Yeah.
great. It was great.
It was fine.
Apart
It
from
was great.
Otis, this is the thing I'm most invested in.
Is Randy Orton the only person that could do that though? Do you know what I mean? Like could do the
Reigns.
He
It's
knows what he's
believable when
doing,
it's
doesn't he?
Randy.
yeah.
Do you mean in terms of who can get that sort of heat?
Yeah.
Or who can
No,
get...
who could like deliver it the best?
Randy.
Yeah.
I
Randy.
think Randy is the perfect guy to bring Edge back because he's safe. Believe it or not, he's quite he's been in the business for long enough now.
They can take a loss
It
as well.
may
can't
be. Do you know what the thing is with Edge's return match though? It could genuinely be 10 minutes of rest holds, but when Edge gets that big victory, it'll all be worth it for the euphoria at the end. So that's what
Edge
I think they've
obviously
thought
won
about.
one
Just-
on Raw this
I
week,
never
wasn't
saw Edge wrestle, so I don't actually have like the nostalgia that everyone
Same.
else does. But I can understand why it's a massive
Really?
thing. Yeah, he retired
Back in,
like
like,
a month before I
2008.
started watching.
I was, as I say, back in the Chain Gang Soldier era. He was rated R Edge. He was
Red Arcade. It's amazing.
He was never. I never got the Edge and Christian Edge. I don't think.
No, too late. The Brood Edge.
No, I never got to see that. I love the.
Great theme though.
I love the idea of the Brood. All little devils, aren't they? Little Draculas.
But I think that's great. Again, it's still my favourite stories where Seth really wanted to do the curb stomp to the RKO, and Orton all week was like, no, it's too unsafe. If I mess it up, it'll be unsafe. And then the final day, Seth convinced him. It's become one of the best Mania.
It was that was really good.
That's
and
my
then,
favourite Mania.
And that kind of like helps Seth Rollins like get that like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the word is, but obviously he won in the main event, didn't he? Cashed in,
Just
which is like
as
the
I
best
say,
moment of WrestleMania.
Still my favourite Mania.
Yeah.
Which one? 31.
Yeah, because
Right.
I didn't actually watch that many. Like I say, because I've watched it back.
Neither
that
have I.
Triple H and Shawn Michaels as special guest ref is my favourite match because it got me emotionally
The
invested.
Undertaker one.
But I only started watching. Yeah. The only way I ever learned what happened at Mania was through the annuals. Do you know that you'd get in the shops?
Oh,
and
yeah.
They'd have a
Yeah,
recap.
yeah.
The first one I watched properly was 30, I think.
20. Yeah,
Same.
30. Same.
I'm with
30 with
20.
Danny Debray.
Mm-hmm. Well, then after that, we had Liv Morgan defeated Lana with Ruby Riott returned to attack Liv after the match.
I watched this. I was watching this live, and as we're wrestling fans and we're
Nice screen there,
smarky people, the moment you see someone return after their previous friend has won a match, it's heel turn, heel
I mean,
turn.
she was already a heel, so like it was a heel.
No, I don't think the Riot
She
Squad
won't.
were heels. I just don't think anyone cared. Politely, no one cared.
I just think Ruby Riott's done.
As
do you
long
know
as they
what I
don't.
mean?
She's been injured for like 8
I
months.
know, but it's like nobody's been excited for her to come back. Do you know what I mean?
I have.
Like,
There was.
'Cause I
I
like
think
the
there was
Riot-
quite an
the
excitement
Riot
for her last. Like, I'd like to see. I'm excited to see her back.
What do you think, Sam?
Not bothered.
No.
Thank you. I'm not bothered either.
I don't. I just they
I'm not
don't
bothered
care
about
now
Riot
Ronda
Squad.
Rousey's gone.
Yeah, I agree.
They're not bothered at
I
all.
didn't-
They only care about Becky Lynch.
I don't
Beck-
understand Rousey anyway.
Beck in that November 2018 episode of Raw where you've got Lynch on the stairs with the bloodied nose.
Mhm.
Oh,
What-
when they were
what-
building up for the
What an
Survivor
image! I was
Series.
going mental for
yeah,
that.
when Nia Jax clocked her.
But they don't. They're not bothered.
See, my issue is I like Liv, I like Ruby. I couldn't care less about Lana in an in-ring role. I prefer her on the
But
outside.
what is Lana's finisher?
The X
It's
Factor.
isn't it what?
It's
It,
like
wasn't that
the
Brie
deadest
Bella?
finisher ever.
She robbed that
Yeah.
off Brie Bella.
Yeah,
that.
she has.
But anyway,
It does look bad.
Isn't
It
it?
doesn't look bad. It just don't look in. It's not a finisher.
She
it's
just
like a
don't.
one count.
She can't do
no, this is the thing. She can't deliver a promo.
Promo, it's annoying.
That's the thing. When she was Russian Lana,
Obviously 2017. But
yeah,
that looks
but
good.
see, I think I was invested in Liv Morgan until they brought her back in this storyline.
Yeah, I agree.
Even Riot Squad were fine.
Riot Squad.
I didn't-
If they'd have actually picked up a win,
They all
Yeah.
had their each individual thing, so.
they've killed Sarah Logan.
She's just getting beat by Charlotte.
I
every
feel
week,
bad
isn't
for her as well. I feel that, do you know what it is? I understand where you're coming from because you say like I'm not invested. The only thing is not making you invested is the booking. It's not that
Yeah.
you're not invested in these people,
I was excited to see them.
unless you actually just hate women.
I
No, that is a joke. Don't take that too serious.
yeah.
Yeah, so then after that we had Drew McIntyre defeated 24/7 champion Mojo Rawley. What happened there?
Amazing,
Riddick
it?
there
Oh, it
this
was
week.
great, wasn't it?
It was really
Riddick there
good.
this week.
Yeah, they were on sideline with 24/7
So
title.
look, Mojo lost, but he didn't get rid of the 24/7 title.
There must have
No.
been suspended rules.
Yeah.
What
'Cause
happened?
Riddick's got it now. He pinned him secretly.
No, what
in the
happened?
big
What happened
offensive-
was Drew McIntyre just told Mojo Rawley to give him a second. He cut a promo on Brock Lesnar,
It lasted 3
and then
seconds. the match.
Mojo turned around to give the belt to that other guy. I can't remember what his name
Riddick
is.
Moss.
The
Riddick Moss,
offensive
thank you.
linesman.
And then Drew McIntyre just hit him with a Claymore. 1,
And
2,
then
3.
Oh.
did a promo.
I
They
thought-
did another promo.
I thought it were a bit weird to have Riddick Moss just sort of rendered a bit pointless 2 weeks in. Do you know what I mean? Why is he there?
I think.
Do you know what I would
He
like
just
to
held
do?
on to the title, didn't he?
Apart from, yeah,
Give
that's
it a
not
cuddle.
the job of an offensive
I was about to say,
linesman.
do you know what? He was counting down to the Claymore, and you just see him sliding, and he's running towards him, he just bounces him out of the way, and just flies.
Over top
Flies over the
ropes.
top rope, Drew's injured for Mania, so we get Reigns v Braun. Brock
No,
again.
No, it's
Brock
Riddick Moss versus
Riddick Moss.
Braun. This is
Brock
Brock.
v Riddick Moss. Get in
It's just
there.
them two hitting each other at middle of the ring
I think-
with their shoulders.
I think Riddick Moss just needed to leave NXT. He weren't doing anything. At least he's on main roster now.
He
doing
was
something.
in a good team with Dan Mather, I'll tell you. Does anyone remember Dan Mather? He was in the Greatest Royal Rumble.
He was the bald
Was he?
guy, right?
I
I
have
thought he
I
was-
have
The
never
only one
watched
I
the
remember
Greatest
from the
Royal
Greatest
Rumble.
Royal Rumble was Babatunde.
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 I thought he was. Dan Mather was the guy who did all the weight training for all of the guys. I didn't know he was a wrestler.
He's a pretty big lad, but
in
yeah, he's a wrestler.
NXT. I never knew. Then we had the World Tag Team Champions,
Bring back Babatunde. Sorry,
World
carry
Tag
on.
Team Champion Buddy Murphy, and AOP defeated KO and the Viking Raiders.
Such a weird finish to that match. Like,
Wait, did this come before or after Kevin Owens? Was this an elimination match?
Yeah,
Yes.
well.
So the
came
Viking
back.
Raiders got eliminated instantaneously.
No, what happened was Eric got him eliminated and Ivar got injured.
Real or fake?
I don't know because
I
it
think-
did look quite real because he was really like if he was selling it, he was really selling it.
Eric
'Cause he
and
just-
Ivar were taken out of commission, leaving Owens to go with
he
Talon.
dived into the the ring side where the monitor is. He dived into that like shoulder first to try and like
it were
kill
different.
someone.
It would. I've never seen it before, and
No.
it did look like it would proper like. Even when he were walking back,
Yeah.
one shoulder were like.
He would
well
proper
below
try to
the
smack
other.
it back into place as well.
Oh,
And then
I love that when the Fiend did that. Do you remember when he saw the shoulder, so he just started ramming it into the
Yeah.
the bloody. Oh, it was
It's when
so good.
Balor popped it in at one of the shows. And he
Was it SummerSlam?
Yeah, he just re-pops it back in mid-match. I'm guessing this match was just Seth being a naughty boy, just
well,
like
Kevin Owens
interfering.
eliminated, I think, whichever one it was, Razor or Akam, and then he
I think
pop up
Razor.
powerbomb Buddy Murphy and pinned him.
Buddy Murphy went
eliminated
first, actually.
Razor.
Yeah.
No,
And
he
then-
eliminated Akam. And Razor
Razor
got
hit
the
him
win.
with 2 spine busters and pinned him.
Yeah, but that was from a distraction from Rollins.
Still.
So yeah, but if you think about it, so this is meant to
But
be.
it wasn't like a straight up distraction. It was like a
He got on the.
he hit him with a spine buster, got him back up, threw him against ropes, hit him with another spine buster, and then pinned him.
I liked it. I thought Owens got a good showing in because
Yeah.
he's eliminated 2 men in a 3-on-1.
I was gonna say the only thing I
event.
don't like is that I really want Buddy Murphy to be pushed. Like I'd rather him eliminated the tag team and kept Buddy till
It
last.
just seems to me like they're
I'm-
giving.
I'm happy with where he is compared to where he was, not
Yeah.
being on
No,
TV.
no, I agree. But like, could you imagine if like, let's be fair. Sorry, what does Razor get for being the last person in the match? I think that
Big
just
pinfall, big. Owens.
Yeah, but no one's gonna next week go. I hope they push Razor to the moon.
I
now
just feel
because
like
of
they're
how good he was.
giving the heel faction too many wins, in my opinion. Like
No,
when
yeah,
have
but you've got-
Joe
you know-
and Owens actually got one over on Seth Rollins and all them? When have they actually? They just haven't, have they?
Well, I think I don't mind that if like I know what you mean.
It just makes Owens seem a little bit less important if he's losing all the time.
Yeah,
And everyone loves Kevin Owens.
Yeah,
But I also
KO
love
as
the
well.
new-
Yeah,
I
so
also-
I like KO as
I
well.
love the new faction though.
Which one? The
The Messiah people.
I know,
Yeah,
and you're trying to
it
build
was
them.
the first I'd seen
trying to
of
build
that,
them.
but
Yeah.
I, like,
great.
And
I
then
think
Seth Rollins
I-
got a promo.
I think it just they break away from the Jones and unless they're doing Owens and Joe for the tag titles, maybe.
No,
Joe's
I don't
injured.
want to see that.
Injured or suspended.
Concussion.
Don't want to see that.
So
I
it
want
could
to
be
see
Yeah,
Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. That's what I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Next up was Aleister Black. He beat Eric Young in a squash match and cut a promo after saying it was some relentless competition.
Nice to see Eric Young.
I like
Nothing
Eric.
more relentless than Eric Young.
He got hardly any offense. And
Yeah.
he absolutely killed him.
It could have been against someone else, couldn't it?
Well,
Who?
no, because we're sick of
We had
EC3.
Kenneth Johnson
It's
last
gonna be
week.
EC3 next week, getting
No.
absolutely black masked
To
by.
be
Aleister
fair,
One of the colognes.
we are
One
sick.
of them suspended.
One of them's on SmackDown.
They're both on SmackDown and one of them suspended.
We are sick of seeing him beat jobbers. So what do? We get a guy on the main roster that's still classed as a jobber, but he's actually got a name people recognise.
He's
Yeah.
gonna beat Drake Maverick next week.
No, he's on SmackDown. Thank God. I love.
I
Drake
feel
Maverick.
bad for Eric Young. I really do.
One of the Singh brothers.
Aren't they a
where
tag
are they?
team now?
Yeah.
Where are they?
205.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
They're in a match with like.
Why don't they get rid of Jinder? I'll
They-
black mash
they
Jinder.
like-
Ginger is not back yet.
Is he not?
No,
No, he's
Where
still
is-
injured.
Drew said he's
He had
going to
knee
be back
surgery.
soon, and
That's
he
what I
looks
mean, I'm
great.
anticipating Jinder.
They're gonna get 3MB back together, aren't they?
The big return. Do you remember when
see
Carly
that?
returned for one
And he
like
took
one
the belts.
In the what? In the bamboo. What was it called? The
Punjabi
Punjabi
prison?
prison.
I saw something the other day. It was like Drew is trying to avenge the 3MB, his 3MB brothers because you've got when Brock said to Slater,
care
I
about
don't
your-
give a damn about your kids,
Yeah.
and then you've got Rick Brock versus It was meant to be Brock versus Jinder at Survivor Series, but
Didn't
then
AJ Styles
beat
won
him.
it?
Yeah.
So it's like he's doing it for his.
I
read-
Does the
boys.
promo after. This was for you, Heath.
They all come out and just celebrate on top at Ramp at
Like the New
WrestleMania.
Day. And then we had
I'm just one man.
I would love that.
That's a great thing. We had Rey Mysterio defeated Angel Garza via disqualification.
Oh, yeah.
DDT.
So when I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw that Angel Garza, oh, that's pretty cool, he's being brought in, and then I realised it was by Selena, which I didn't realise. So they just need someone to sit there for a month until.
It just shows how much faith, like how little faith they've got in anybody else to carry that US title, other than Andrade.
He's out, isn't it?
I know, 'cause he's out for 30 days.
I think it makes sense because I'm not invested in anyone taking it off Andrade.
Angel Garza's the man.
He's
Humberto
amazing.
Carrillo though, like,
I
what even is
don't-
he?
It's a great storyline because obviously Angel Garza and Humberto are cousins in real life.
Yeah, the boys are.
It makes sense, and I saw the ending where Garza DDT'd Mysterio outside, like what Carrillo
Umberto.
did to
They just,
Andrade.
as I said before to you, they're whacking out lucha lads together.
Yeah.
When is Kalisto
working.
and Grand Metalik and bloody what's the other one called? I can't remember.
Lindsay Dorado.
Lindsay.
Thank you,
They're so
Lindsay.
fun to watch. They love to have fun.
I
Yeah,
think-
bring all the lucha lads together in a 6 and then get
Just
Lars
let 'em have a
destroy them
scrap.
all.
Well, Paul Heyman came out and said like they didn't want to take the title off him because it would be pointless.
Yeah.
You might as well keep it on him, and I think it's great for Angel Garza probably get a good month on the main roster, go back to NXT and really run it.
I want Andrade to be pushed as far as he can be pushed because I love Andrade.
He is
I
really
think he's
good.
brilliant.
Well, he's got a month to wait though, unfortunately.
That's why you don't do your wellness.
Yeah, but great for Angel Garza. Selena obviously has got a great person there to sort of manage in the meantime. And then we had probably one of my favourite things of this Raw, NXT Women's
Quick question. Was it ever explained why she just went and got someone else?
Yeah, she said something like, after what you did to Andrade last week.
I brought someone
That's all she
personal.
said. Yeah, that's
The
all she
leader
said.
of the family.
That's
It
all she
works.
said.
Oh, I like that. No, I like that. Yeah, no, I like it.
Selena Vega's one of the
I love
one of-
Zelina
she's
Vega,
so good
man.
at cutting promos and stuff.
And she's good at in ring as well.
Yeah.
The way she hits is it her head scissors?
Mm-hmm.
The way she hits her bloody head scissors, she's class.
But yeah, that happened, and then we had NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley confronting Charlotte Flair. She basically just went, "Come on to NXT," and then it was announced.
And she also said that she beat her. Rhea Ripley was
Yeah.
like, I beat you before, you've not beat
that
me.
is still, but when she had the figure 4 on Sasha, and Rhea Ripley just slides in underneath and rolls her up.
A bit like Andrade, absolutely inject it. Honestly, inject it.
This ain't
Honestly.
gonna do me any favours. I can't stand Charlotte. Flair.
Oh,
I
I'm,
like
I'm,
Rhea
si-
Ripley,
I'm
I
sick
like
of seeing
Rhea
Charlotte
Ripley.
Flair win as well.
yeah.
I
No,
like
I agree.
Rhea.
I
I'm
wanted
sick of
Shayna
seeing
to
Charlotte
win
I
the
Flair.
don't
Rumble.
know whether Charlotte's a face or a heel because she's like, oh my god, I can't believe
I
I've
wanted
won
Beth
the
Phoenix
Rumble.
to win.
I'm going to challenge somebody for the title.
Oh,
I'm,
that is
Yeah.
well
I'm si-
done.
I'm sick of it.
I've had enough, Robbie. I've had enough of Charlotte.
It's time to go.
No, I've had enough of Charlotte, to be fair.
So-
Rhea, big thumbs
Yeah,
up.
like
One
Andrade,
woman on the
inject
roster
it.
getting.
Shayna Baszler gets a massive thumbs up if she'd have won the Rumble.
News has said, a few
Anybody but Charlotte
Anybody
Flair.
but Charlotte.
News
Beth
has said,
Phoenix.
So tired.
News has said, few man put Roman in the ring and made him eat dog food, so they did it back. Ah, yeah, so the Corbin's pals did it, so
Yeah.
obviously makes sense.
Oh, you've got.
Thank
yeah.
you, Newser.
No, I remember. Trust me, I tried to forget. News, I'll be honest, I tried to forget. But
So yeah, great. Charlotte's on NXT this week coming. Should be
I can't
great.
wait for that.
That'll get people watching.
Yeah.
It'll be different.
I'd rather have that as a Mania match than a SmackDown match for.
Well, I'd
Charlotte.
rather.
I'd rather have that than her versus Bailey or Becky.
Yeah, I've seen all that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
They-
what she said. She
this
said,
is-
I've
to be
beaten,
fair,
I've beaten Bailey, I've beaten Becky.
This is why I think they should have given it to Shayna because it opened up a few more avenues of
Yeah.
interest. Like with Drew, they made that avenue during the Rumble, so they could have easily. They didn't even need to make it with Shayna. Just have Shayna v Becky. I think they might end up
Yeah,
with that
that's what I
anyway.
think as
I think
well.
they'll end up with Shayna Becky anyway.
Anyway, speaking of Becky, the women's tag team champion Asuka defeated Natalya and challenged Becky to a Raw women's title match.
What do you get for beating Natalya? Everyone beats Natalya.
Oh, Kairi Sane also tried to attack Becky when she
Yeah.
was behind, but she's got superpowers.
I love
Kairi's in
I
it.
love
She's got
Kairi Sane.
Becky Lynch got
The
superpowers.
main question here, I'm not going to say I'm not bothered, but the main question here is why?
Why ask her again?
Why ask her again?
Because
does
there's
she
no one
merit
else.
another
Because
win?
it gives her superpowers.
No, there is no one else.
Yeah.
That is literally
Sure.
the only reason.
Why is Kairi
It's a
Sane
fine
like
match,
Because
yeah.
they
never
don't-
getting anything?
when they've got Asuka challenging, they don't have to build anyone else up because Asuka's already built up. Because one, she's holding a title, and two, everyone kind of remembers her from when she was good. So whereas instead of like building up, for example, I'm just going to mention Sarah Logan, which they could have easily done in this time, Well, they're not bothering, are they?
So, are we getting Asuka Becky Mania or Asuka
No.
Becky
No,
Supergirl?
I think
Shayna
Becky
and
Shayna
Becky.
are at Mania.
Because next week it's Becky Kyra.
Yeah, they'll defend the women's tag titles, won't they? At Mania.
Who do you think maybe against the
It'll be,
Iconics?
it'll be a massive multi-woman match.
Lana and Ruby Riot.
Iconic.
We've already
Yeah,
had a
Lana,
multi-woman
Ruby
match.
Riot.
It'll probably be a fatal forward just so they
yeah,
can use some more.
Lana,
time.
Ruby Riot, the Iconics, and Liv Morgan and Rusev.
With his tash coming in on tank.
But after this, Ricochet
Oh my
beat
god!
Raw Tag Team Champion Seth Rollins and Bobby
happy for
Lashley
This was
to
cool.
earn the right
He
to
pinned
pinned.
Lashley
Of course he did, because I don't understand why he got
after
there anyway.
after the 450. I think it was after the top rope.
I'm more than happy because there's like a little storyline here to get us through to.
Well, that's
Drew.
how Brock got
Yeah.
eliminated by Drew.
Yeah,
Ricochet
and,
booted him in
and
the balls.
before that, Brock kicked Ricochet in the balls on the Raw, so they've kind of. Was this a little bit of long-term booking?
Yeah, but straight away after
Wow.
Brock
I
Lesnar
can't
ran down,
believe
it's
it.
my F5, and then that were it.
No, but I'm
Don't
okay
like
with
that.
this. I'm okay with it.
Ricochet won. Thumbs up. Good match. Thumbs up. Will it go more than 5 minutes?
Yes.
in
No.
Super Showdown.
No.
I want to know what the betting. I want to know the betting line for under or over a minute. I rate.
He'll get beyond a minute.
He'll kick out of an F5 straight away, and I'll be thinking he can do
Do
it.
you know what I'd love?
They were.
Ricochet pulls a Goldberg Brock and just pushes him into the corner like Goldberg did and hits him with a bloody jackhammer. That'd be mint. I want that.
Ricochet beats Brock Lesnar at Super Showdown.
I'd love it. Oh no, because then again, I want to see Drew v Brock now.
You think no, but Ricochet and Drew would not sell as well as Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre.
Yes, it would. For NXT fans, you could have that match
Yes,
on NXT.
that's such a small amount of people.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, I think
Also-
Drew v Brock is
They need
the
to build
perfect
Ricochet up
destination.
first. Like,
Can't
I
book
like Ricochet, and they're doing alright with him. They
Can't
need to
book
build
for the
him up.
marks, you got book for the mainstream.
Yeah,
And that's why
exactly.
we'll see Tyson Fury,
Versus.
Kane Velasquez.
God.
Who's US champion? Oh, it's
Exactly.
Andrade. No, it's Andrade.
I was
Exactly.
about to say the silence was deafening.
No, it's Andrade. So I want to
What
see.
have they done with it?
I want to see Ricochet win it.
Those titles, they're not as important as they used
Didn't
to be.
Andrade beat Ricochet for it?
I don't even know. No, he beat
They beat Rey
Ray.
Mysterio.
Did Rey Mysterio beat?
I don't know who Ray
Ricochet's
beat.
had it at some point.
I don't know.
didn't-
Have a look
He
at
got
the
beat
lineage.
by Styles, did Ricochet, didn't he? I think.
Yeah, it was Styles and Ricochet, and then Styles moved on to Cedric.
And then Rey Mysterio won it off.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the Gary Garbutt
Stylish.
storyline? Or is this
Gary
before-
Garbutt,
Oh,
for what? For 1
the
week.
janitor.
he absolutely mugged him right off. He lost, but he mugged him
Gotcha.
off, didn't
Okay, I think I've got it here.
Ha! It's Cedric Alexander.
So it's
he?
obviously
Still lost, mate.
Andrade,
You lost, but it's Cedric Alexander.
Ray, AJ, Ricochet,
Yeah.
Joe. Joe held it.
Joe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Joe
Joe.
held it for not even a month.
Because Rey
20
Mysterio give him
days.
it, didn't he? Go, I'm
Oh,
relinquishing this title
yeah.
to you, Joe.
Then Ray. No, it was
After he just
before
like
that.
take piss out of his son and that.
I just like to say that in 2019, last year, R-Truth was the United States champion,
Yeah, I remember that.
and he was it for nearly 3 months.
When?
When I don't remember either.
January
I
29th,
don't remember either.
I think.
Truth, boys.
Hold up, I think he beat Shinsuke. On the Royal Rumble kickoff, Shinsuke won it. On January 29th, R-Truth won it on SmackDown.
Why?
Guys, this was last
Google
year.
it. Google it.
A year's a long
Put
time.
YouTube it. R-Truth versus Shinsuke.
R-Truth.
Shinsuke, it's cement bollocks. I mean,
Shinsuke.
R-Truth, it's cement bollocks, isn't it?
Okay, wait, hold up. R-Truth beat Shinsuke Nakamura. Shockingly wins US titles on SmackDown 30th of January.
Shockingly, it's definitely. the word I would use.
Hold up. Oh, it was genuine in that.
Yeah, I know.
This
And
was
if that-
genuine.
What's he not going to beat him with a roll up, is he?
He's
Just
playing
back.
through the whistle, okay? Guys, the ref.
Could you imagine he rolls him up in like on the plane?
Guys,
1, 2, 3.
guys, it was a roll up.
Because it's R-Truth.
It's not really decided.
I was about to say.
Wait, no.
Awesome
I'm
truth.
lying.
He got Truth, the champion.
Didn't even realize he won.
Mike Kyoto's first free
Are you serious? R-Truth is United States champion, right? Oh, I heard the bell.
It's
a fast count.
Well, the bell
obviously
rang.
you can't see on the screen, but yeah.
Let's take another
He
look.
couldn't even explain.
Watch this.
Hold
It was
up.
going for the landslide. It was Nakamura. 1, 2. Whoa. The referee has
Right, you
awarded
just
the.
leave it
I
at
think it was
there.
very by accident, but Archie from Title Rusev and Lana came out and interrupted. Yes, that happened.
Rusev and Lana.
What did everyone think of this week's wrestling then? I think it was actually a good week.
Raw was alright, yeah.
What was the best show?
Apart from Smack-
As usual,
NXT.
Wednesdays just
SmackDown.
good. Wednesdays.
SmackDown, did you say
No, do you know
SmackDown?
what? Actually, no, Raw was good as well.
I
'Cause I
liked
like the
Raw.
Rhea Ripley and the
Yeah,
Charlotte
I'd-
stuff.
I think I'd go NXT, Raw, AEW, SmackDown.
I
Yeah.
agree. In that order as well.
Mhm.
I'm more
Right.
Wales go.
SmackDown underneath TNA this week and on NWA Power as
I
well.
watched Impact Wrestling this week. It's actually really
See?
good.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah,
Get-
as is NWA Power.
Bugger off
I don't
SmackDown
like the
and
show,
watch
but I like the
NWA
layout.
Power.
I like the layout. Right, so now if you watch Sports Corner, you know we like to end on a quiz.
We do.
Do we?
So,
Oh.
I've got a quiz ready.
I've never watched.
It's
Oh,
not
I'm
properly
going to be
quiz.
awful at
Oh my
this.
God, Simon, you've never watched before. You're being
I've
sacked
only
from this
watched the
show.
wrestling videos.
You're being sacked from this show.
Okay. So I have got
I'm going to
WrestleMania.
get none at these.
This is what I'm going to do every week. I'm going to get the WrestleMania card.
Which card?
WrestleMania.
It's going to be the most recent. It's going to go backwards. So next week will be 34.
Oh, great.
Oh,
so
this is alright.
I'm
when
gonna
it hits
go-
that period,
I like this.
WrestleMania 3, right? The card.
I'm going to go left to right. You're going to have to name me the card in order.
What do you mean by left?
dear.
to
In
right?
order?
Oh, is it like from?
In
Yeah,
order.
So from the first pre-show match.
Last
Oh,
year.
dear,
Last
no.
year.
Can
So
we
it's
just
st-
say one
Can't
that's on
do
there?
that.
You can't do it in order because
That's
that's
too
too hard.
hard.
Fine.
Just
okay.
a match that's
We'll
on there.
start with
That's
we'll
better.
go that.
No.
So start with me.
Yeah.
Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
You got to tell me who won.
Well, then I can't.
No, hold
I
up.
genuinely
No, 'cause
can't
you-
remember.
You just
Is it-
added that.
Because it's easy to remember
I-
that one.
That was a
might-
simple point. That's why I went for it first.
I might not know who it is, but then Kieran might get the right answer, and then I'll just be like, "Oh yeah, it was."
Fine, okay, yep, 1 point for Andrade.
I didn't get a point. Did he win it?
Which
No.
WrestleMania? Is it last year's, Rowan?
Yeah, it was one where
We'll
Braun
just do
won.
first to shout it out.
No,
No,
just go round because I'm not going to get another one in.
I'm
Um,
not going to get it. I can't
I am
remember.
I think I'll be quite good at
I'm a
this.
plastic wrestling
Braun
fan.
eliminated Colin. Just.
Oh, of course he did.
Strowman won.
Yes, Strowman.
I
I
won.
thought last year was when Nicholas was the. I thought.
No, that was the year
34.
before.
Oh, that's woeful.
See what I mean? My memory's
oh.
gone.
My memory is
Right.
literally gone.
Kieran Day. I'm giving you 10 seconds each way.
Yeah, I'm not going to get another
I
one.
can't even remember if it was this. John Cena versus The Undertaker that last year.
No.
No.
Carmella won the women's battle royal.
She did.
Honestly, genuinely, I'm going to get none here.
Seth Rollins v Brock Lesnar.
I'm just checking, but yeah, you're right.
Oh,
I was going to say, I'm not. I know that one. This is
I
really.
genuinely can't remember anybody. New Day versus The Revival?
Incorrect.
No.
Oh.
Kofi versus Daniel Bryan.
Why have I...
Correct.
I hate my life. That's what it was. Like I remember.
Becky Lynch versus Ronda
I hate you so
Rousey
much,
versus
Kieran.
Charlotte Flair.
Correct.
I'm generally not going to get any. I
Yes!
can't remember.
Big dubs.
It's my turn.
No, Simon, it's Kieran.
Iconics defeated.
Oh, did you wait?
Sasha and
Didn't say
Bailey.
He didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you were out.
No, no.
Did you know that the Iconics defeated Sasha and Bailey?
It's a fatal four way, says
It's a fatal
No, you
four-way.
can have that one. I don't know.
Can you name the rest?
Alexa and Nikki.
And
Nikki Cross.
Who else would be in that?
There
Oh,
was-
Tamina and Nia Jax.
exactly.
The
I
boys.
thought, do you know what he was going to be like? Do you have Family Fortune? We're going to take it over to Kieran with a chance to steal. Here he comes.
Yeah.
Go on, Kieran. We'll let you have a go now.
No.
Fine, okay.
I genuinely have no idea.
Kieran L.
How many more matches is it?
Just take me out of this quiz.
10.
There's 10 more. Are they taking the mick?
No, it's not 10 more.
I'll just go sit with Josh and Will in there.
How many was on the card?
16. Including the pre-show.
My God. We are not good wrestling fans.
I'll give you...
New Day versus the Hardys.
Well, just that Kofi Kingston was against
Incorrect.
Kofi Kingston.
Why
was
do you give me a
against Daniel
depressed
Bryan.
look? Everyone else has got them wrong.
Because we already had a guess. It was Kofi had the match, didn't it? Kofi had the Brock match.
Yeah, there's still Xavier and Big E.
Yeah, they came out with him, remember? Right.
No, Kieran
Kieran.
just said, go on, Kieran.
Simon is very
No,
excited.
Go on, Simon.
Tony Nese beat Buddy Murphy.
Yes, he did.
Oh, this is where he showed off his abs and everyone was just like, you're meant to be a face, why are you showing off? I'm trying to remember who was
I
like...
can give you a clue. There's one more pre-show match, and there's 2, 3, 4.
I'm just gonna just skip it every time.
Uh,
Can't remember.
There's 8 other matches.
8 other matches.
So one pre-show, 8 others.
The Miz versus. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's so annoying because
Go, Kieran,
The Miz...
I actually know one. Jesus
Right, the Miz
Christ.
v Shinsuke, I don't know who it was.
Baron Corbin versus Kurt Angle.
First of all, I hadn't said incorrect to him,
Oh, shut up.
but you were incorrect.
I know I was.
Kieran D.
Yes.
What did you say?
Baron Corbin versus Kurt Angle.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
We're on the board.
Miz versus Shane McMahon.
Correct.
Oh, yeah, the false count anywhere. I don't even... Revival versus Owens and Sammy.
Incorrect.
Reigns versus McIntyre. Was that it?
It was.
What?
Big clutch.
Pulled that out of the bag, didn't
How
I?
many more?
I'm done after this. I don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Jesus Christ.
6.
Finn Balor must have had a match.
Did it?
I
thought he was injured.
Yeah, he was injured.
Was
Or was he at Battle Royal?
Don't know.
Miz, Rusev, Lashley, all these people. And stuff. Lashley had a match because Leo. I remember Leo Rush was there. Lashley versus.
Probably Rusev.
Um,
Still going on. Back.
Liv Morgan with her.
Lashley versus Balor for the IC title.
Correct.
Thank you.
Right. So the Undertaker probably had a match.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. I knew that. I knew he hadn't. And I was never.
Why are we helping him?
I was never going
Oh,
to say that, was I?
There's one pre-show left. And
Who was on pre-show?
I'm trying to think. Right. Braun was
UFC
busy.
2 Battle Royals and
winning
Cruiserweights
that.
and one's
Who
another.
Shinsuke versus Angel Garza.
What?
Correct.
I don't know.
No, the tag team. Have we had the tag team ones yet?
No.
The Raw tag team ones.
No.
Because I'm sure it were like.
We haven't had the Raw
Oh,
SmackDown tag team.
Don't
ones.
say it, Simon.
Let me get my thing.
Who even was the Raw tag team? The Revival versus someone. Versus someone. I feel like it were a fatal four-way.
It was.
Like what? The Rival versus the Bar versus.
So what have you said?
It was a fatal four-way tag team for
Okay.
the Raw Tag Team Championships. I think it was the Revival versus the Bar versus. I don't even know if like Viking Raiders. I don't know if they were there last year. They weren't there last year. Cheers for helping me. Versus.
Neither were the New Day, I got told. So I don't know.
The Hardys versus.
Put them in there.
I don't bloody know. Lucha House Party.
Incorrect.
Here.
Revival defeated the Bar, the Hardys, and Ricochet and
Black.
Aleister Black.
Incorrect.
Really?
I remember that.
The
though.
Revival
Was-
defeated the Bar, Ricochet, and Aleister Black.
You don't need to say defeated, by the way.
I don't care. I'm doing it because I want style points. There's another tag team in here somewhere.
Can I
Right,
stop
It's
you?
a free-for-all now.
Go on.
Incorrect.
No, you can't. I didn't even get
What's
to
the
do
Bar not being it? No, the Bar were on SmackDown.
Ah, that wouldn't have stopped some wildcard wrestling.
The Bar were on SmackDown.
Wild card rule.
The Bar were on SmackDown. I remember because they were scrapping Kofi Kingston, weren't they? in
Right,
handicap
I'm
matches?
gonna bow out because I don't
Yeah,
know
so am
anymore.
I don't know.
I'm gonna
I
bow
think
out.
I
Do you wanna-
might be US title.
It's got to be Rey Mysterio.
Nah, Braun's busy. I thought it was
It's gotta be
Braun, but
Rey
Braun's
Mysterio.
No, I
busy.
think I'm sacking it off. You shouldn't
So
have told
Sam-
us this because I could just come in next week and look at WrestleMania 34.
Well, I'll
and
do
read
it.
it
I'll
off.
Yeah,
do
do a random
I'll do a
one.
different
Yeah.
card.
Do a random one.
God, I'm gonna go research the last 30.
Simon won with 6 points. Kieran L got 3. Kieran D. The matches you were missing were Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
That's who the tag team champions were.
They
The
beat
Raw
the
ones.
Revival.
It was just a straight 2-on-2,
There you
wasn't
go.
it?
Yeah,
And they beat
it was.
Revival.
I'm
That's when
pretty
they
sure.
asked for the release. And so they got punished by losing to Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder.
Because it wasn't
That-
like in their hometown or something like that.
Yeah,
was
it
in
was.
Kurt,
Yeah.
And Kurt had never won a title or something like that.
Yeah.
Want
Well,
Kurt on
everyone
like a
on
200 match losing
losing
streak.
So yeah, that was the pre-show match you were missing. Then you missed AJ or Randy.
I'm gonna say AJ Randy, but I thought that was this year.
No, they just revisited like 2 weeks ago or something like that.
The tag team match, the Usos defeated Aleister Black and Ricochet, The Bar, and Rusev and Shinsuke.
I knew it was
Rusev
SmackDown.
and Shinsuke.
Yep.
Oh, they were
Oh.
boys.
World and League of
Shinsuke's
Nations.
been around, hasn't he? Oh, bit of Wade Barrett,
boys.
Sheamus, Rusev. Who else were in there?
League of Nations.
Yeah,
Del Rio in there.
Del
Yeah,
Rio.
Del
when they
Rio,
put
that
when
were
they
it.
put Roman Reigns through the table
They
in
call
Royal Rumble.
themselves the lads.
The lads. And you missed Samoa Joe, Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
I
got
knew Rey Mysterio.
You missed
Oh, wow.
the biggest one.
Did we?
Triple H beat Batista.
that. Yeah, he did. Of course he did.
the game. Anyway, he ripped his bloody
Oh,
piercing
nose
out.
ring out. I had
Yeah.
to cringe at that, you know.
Missed that.
You missed that, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that was Mini 35. You was close.
Were we?
I'm going to be crap at this. Can we do a different quiz instead of
If it
bloody
goes
WrestleMania
anything
match
earlier
cards?
than Mania 28, I'm out.
I think I'm out anyway.
Even out. I even am out now.
Can you maybe do like
I'm out at this
random
year's.
pay-per-views, but from like the last 3 years?
Okay.
Oh, Jesus
No.
Christ.
Okay, no.
Can we
I
just do
like
any
that as well.
questions?
Like
Like,
Backlash
just vary
2017.
the questions.
Randy Orton versus
Like,
Jinder
what is
Mahal.
Randall Orton's middle name? Oh, it's Keith. Just Keith.
Randall Orton.
What does Randy Orton's finisher stand for?
I when I first was a wrestling fan, I thought it meant knockout.
Like our knockout. Like, oh, it's
I
our
just thought
knockout.
it was the Randy knockout.
See?
Yeah.
That sounds something a lot worse.
The Randy.
It's the Randy knockout.
I'm just off for a Randy knockout, lads.
And on that note, let's finish.
And thank you to everyone that has tuned in, putting comments. Thank you, Alexa and
Thank you very
Nuzo.
much.
Thank you to all my guests here.
Hello.
Thank you.
Well, goodbye.
Thanks for
Aye.
hosting the show, Rowan.
Cheers, Ro.
I try my best. And thank you very much. Goodbye.